got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz.
Wait.
Nigga, what's up? How gangster are you, cuz? I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me. I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me. I go hard, cuz.
Hey, y'all. I hope you guys are doing good today. Ciao. It's been a long day. But I was like, I'm doing a late night stream, okay? I feel like talking. It's a lot of stuff going on in the ether that we got to talk about that happened today, okay? So come on in. Let me see here. So before I start with anything, yes, honey, we're representing that true blue, okay? Oh my gosh, it's been a lot going on. First and foremost, let me say this. Thank you to everybody who has gone to Spotify to watch my video. I don't know what the hell YouTube was on yesterday, but I had recorded that video. It took me hours to, record, react, edit. And so I uploaded it, the video I did of Brorilla with my opinions, my full reaction. And I come back and they're like, this video's being taken down for harassment. You're going to get a strike on your channel if you don't take this course. It was some bullshit. I was like, wow, really? So I don't know what that was about. I took the course. I passed. So they deleted the video. But the video in full is on Spotify. I've always had my Spotify account. A lot of the stuff that y'all get on YouTube tends to be more censored. Like the stuff that's uncensored, the clips, the just different things that I have in my full videos, they're on Spotify. There's a whole community over there. I have a 4.5 star, ratings. There's like a whole community on Spotify that watch me. A lot of truckers, there's comments. So it's almost like everything that's here on YouTube is also on Spotify. Spotify treats me well, honey. Y'all seen the Christmas gifts that they bestowed upon me for Christmas? Gave me a little award and everything. So I fuck with Spotify heavy. I really do. The way that you have to watch my videos on Spotify, you have to log in. It's free. They don't charge anything, but you have to log in order to see the videos. So yeah, there's a comment section and everything. So everything I post on YouTube is also on my Spotify account. So, oh, y'all like the blue? Thank y'all. I appreciate it. So yeah, if you want to go on there, the video's there in full. There's comments, people commenting. So I'm just really appreciative that everybody went. I posted the link when I re-uploaded the video with just my commentary. The Spotify link is in the comment section pinned. For people who are like, well, how do I get there? It's pinned. So just click the link and it'll take you straight over there. But I think I will be posting, because I know people are asking me to review, because she's done a few other videos, Brorilla. People are asking me to review her newest videos. She's done 2 of them. So I think when I do the reviews of her new videos, I will post them solely on Spotify. They won't even be here on YouTube. I might post like maybe the first 10 minutes and then everything else will just be on Spotify, because don't nobody got time for YouTube and their censorship and their nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you can't even tell me, like, how is she being harassed? If anything, she's harassing me with all this fucking screaming and shit. It's harassing my damn ears. But, it is what it is. It's just frustrating. Because like I said, it's a lot of work, to shoot content and to get these clips and just, organize everything and just get stuff how you want it. A video might be 30 minutes to you all when you watch it, but just gathering information, writing stuff down, timestamps, it can take me all day, literally, to work on a video, depending on the length and everything else. So it is frustrating when stuff just gets taken down like that. Censorship is real. It's been real, especially with my channel. I've been shadow banned. I've been through it all over here. And that is part of the reason why I started my Discord, for like-minded people. And so that's really where I hang out. That's my social media, is Discord. Madia runs my Instagram page. I will pop up on Instagram and comment in the comment sections, every now and then. But I don't know what she posts. She'll post different things. She may or may not run certain things by me. But other than that, that's her page. So a lot of times when I pop up on there, I don't even know what the fuck is going on. I'm like, oh shit, okay, fancy to see y'all here. That's her page. She runs it, one less headache for me. She runs all my social medias, the Twitter, everything you see posted, she posts. So for me, my baby is Discord, YouTube and Spotify. Those are the things that I work on those platforms. So I just appreciate y'all for being patient, because I know a lot of people like really upset that the video was gone. But I felt like my message at the end of the video, my commentary is very important, because the spirit of entitlement is insane. It's insane. And, people need to understand that, it's real, it's unfortunate, and they need to know how to navigate it. And you're not wrong for putting yourself first. And I think a lot of times, especially as women, Black women, especially if we're successful, or if we've handled our business or gotten degrees, just whatever, you're good at. It's like you get all this extra pressure on you that you have to like go above and beyond. You can look out for people, but it's never good enough. And like I said, the way that you really find out if somebody truly rocks with you is tell them no. Because the second you tell them no, you're going to see a whole different side of them. And that's the quickest way to weed people out of your life. Never be afraid to say no and set boundaries. Fuck their feelings. At the end of the day, you have one life to live. And if what they're asking you to do doesn't feel right with your spirit, tell their ass no. You don't owe anybody anything. So I wanted to make that message very loud and clear. Because one thing I cannot stand is entitled people. Don't ever think you're entitled to anything I've worked for. Period. So we're going to go ahead. Vicky said, more money, more problems, honey. Biggie's big ass wasn't lying. Okay? He was not lying in that song. I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we come across, the more problems we see. That's just the truth. It really is. So, yeah, fuck they feelings, honey. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Shout out to my members. Okay, we about to go into the members only chat. We gonna chop it up for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, with members only. So if you want to chop it up, either join the membership or wait until we open it up for all the subscribers. All right, let's go. Look, they love when that members only chat. Y'all are too funny. They love when that members only chat come on like, hey, let's go. They got the dancing emojis. They got the emotes out. I know that's right. Now, for real, like I really appreciate people's support. And let me say this before we get started, right? Because I don't know what in the spirit of jealousy is going on with some of these men and some of the women, but I tend to get it from men. What is y'all's issue with people supporting my platform? Like somebody wrote a whole dissertation about Moneybag Mo. I would never send somebody $499.99. She must have a lesbian crush on you. And, it's Cardi B. First of all, I don't have to beg a celebrity to do a damn thing. Cardi B ain't never gave me a dime. I've never asked Cardi B for no money. Moneybag Mo is not Cardi B. So let's make that very clear, okay? Another thing, I don't sit up here and ask for super chats. I don't sit up here and ask for anything. But I have a right to have, a members only option for people who want to support. If you can't afford to support, just say that. But don't knock other people who send super chats who support my platform, because last time I checked, y'all have never seen me come on here and ever sit and promote gambling. Y'all have never seen me be like, hey, y'all, here goes some draft picks. Here goes prize picks. Here goes DraftKings. Here goes liquor. Even on my YouTube backend for my ads, you know how much money that I leave on the table? Because there's certain ads that I will not allow to play on my YouTube videos. Anything with liquor and gambling is not allowed on my channel. In Discord, if you're in my Discord, put a teacup if y'all remember me showing y'all how I would constantly get emails from my YouTube manager like, oh, you need to, uncheck these because you're losing money. If you allow us to run gambling ads and liquor ads, you'd make more revenue. Put a teacup if you guys remember that, because I've shown the receipts. I'm the type of person, our money's not good money. right? And I tried the whole sponsorship thing before where I would, during my live streams, I'd be like, okay, this sponsor, da 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 da. And for me, it took away from my life. It was too much work, too much of a headache, and it just wasn't worth the money. I'd rather have people just support me because they genuinely want to support, and that's it. So I don't understand. Okay, good. I see the teacups. Right. I leave a lot of money on the table. I'm probably one of the few channels that does not sit here and do ad reads. Okay? Because I just want y'all to enjoy the show. So to have like grown men complaining and throwing salt on what somebody who's a true supporter of mine wants to do is insane. Like, I literally sit up here and I do commentary. But then y'all same men will knock women who are on OnlyFans. So it's like, which one is it? If I was on here putting my pussy lips on the internet for $1,000, y'all would have something to say about that too. I come on here and I just speak my truth. You know what I'm saying? We chop it up. We have a good time and y'all are mad about that. So, you know what I mean? Leave Moneybag Mo alone. Leave my supporters, people who want to support, people who want to, send an extra $1, $4.99, you know what I'm saying, to support the membership. Let them do what they want to do. Nobody's asking you to. If it bothers you, you don't have to. I've never begged nobody to do anything. So I just get tired of like these weird comments. Oh, it's Cardi B. No, it's not. I don't need no celebrity to fund me. Okay? I live within my means and my budget. If I can't do something, it ain't meant for me to do. I would never call a celebrity and ask them for shit. Period. So nah, she's not Cardi B. So let me make that very clear. So yeah, we just had to get that. Oh, did somebody? Hold on now. Yeah, I just had to get that clear because I just get tired of that. I just think it's very weird for like grown men to be crying about what a grown adult is choosing to have. Oh my God, it's Shanette. It's Shanette sent $500. Oh my God, sis. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's Shanette from the Discord. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You didn't even have to do that. Thank you. And this is what people be mad at because it's like, for real, if you've been on my channel, y'all know what I be dealing with. Demonetization. Half the videos I post do not get monetized, but I still continue to post content. You know what I'm saying? I still continue to just try and keep doing what I'm doing, regardless of the situation, regardless if it gets, monetized or not. I still upload. I still upload stuff onto, Spotify and things like that. And I'm not doing ad reads. I'm not sitting here like, oh, this and that, this and that. It's just like I'm just trying to do the show. But I really do. I appreciate everybody. Miss Jeanette, I appreciate you so much. Everybody who just comes through and just shows me genuine support, genuine love. Because like I said, I do leave a lot of money off the table. And it's okay. Because our money's not good money. And I'm not going to promote something that I don't do. I don't gamble and I don't drink. You know what I mean? But yet and still you have people who have way more money than I will ever have who are sitting here promoting gambling to the youth. Kendall, recently had an ad out where she's promoting sports betting. Are you even into sports? Aren't you and your family billionaires? But yet and still she's on a private jet promoting sports betting. Kevin Hart is a rich man. He's promoting sports betting. Shannon Sharp, all of these big podcasters are promoting gambling. How are all these rich people promoting gambling to people who can barely pay rent right now? Groceries is high, gas is high, people are struggling, but you got a bunch of millionaires telling you Prize Pick this and DraftKings that. But you got men mad because somebody sent me $10, $400, $500 in the super chat. That shit is weird, bro. It's weird. But like I said, I support y'all. I just have to get that off my chest real quick. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So it's a lot going on right now. When I tell you I woke up this morning, my mom had came by earlier. So me and her was chopping it up. She had bought me some agusi soup. So we was eating fufu and stuff. I was hungry. And we were chopping it up. And she was just like, really sad and upset because she had seen what the White House had posted with Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, them looking like monkeys. And, me and her were just chopping up about that. And it's just like, it's insane the things that are going on in plain sight that this administration is just able to get away with. That's just blatant. It's not even quiet anymore. It's blatant. And it's also funny that it's done again on a Friday, because like Brett Paul said the other day when I had played his clip, they'll do little things like that on a Friday to distract from other things that are going on. And you know, everybody's been talking about this Epstein thing heavy. So let's try and steer the conversation away from that to rage bait people. The disrespect that Michelle and Barack Obama still receive when these people have not been in the White House in years is insane. This man and his wife are literally living rent-free in this administration's head. And I don't care about, oh, it's a meme, it's an old meme. It wasn't needed. It wasn't funny. It wasn't needed. It was disrespectful. And it shows how they see a lot of people of color, particularly Black people. Now, what's very interesting is once it first hit, they were standing their shit. It's a meme. It don't matter. Get a sense of humor. It came from a longer meme. It was posted last year. Carolyn Levitt had all types of excuses. But then their own side started going in. And the backlash started coming from people who were MAGA and who were Republicans. And they were saying, nah, this ain't cool. This is a bit it's a bit too much now. And so then they try to walk it back. So we're going to go ahead and watch the video. We're going to watch the news clip. Then I'm going to show you guys like a lot of the backlash that started coming from this, because a lot of people were really, really pissed about the situation. And then he just spoke today about it, probably like an hour ago. He was asked about it coming off of the plane. Like the things that are just going on is just, it's just really disgusting. It's like every day it's something. Queen C, exactly. Also during Black History Month, exactly. So let me go ahead and pull this up here. And we should have the audio situation fixed. So just let me know if there's any echo. There shouldn't be though, because I muted all the channels. They did some type of update on my OBS, so it looked like it had removed all the default settings. So we should be back cool now. All right, you guys. That dude be crazy. He be like, "Come with me." There's this dude I be watching on Instagram. He like, "Come with me to Brooklyn." All right. Let's see here. So let's play this video.
The White House has taken down a Truth Social video depicting former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama as monkeys. The White House says a staffer erroneously made the post. It was up for 12 hours. Senator Tim Scott posted to X, quote, "Praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it." The video was mostly about vote counting technology before scrolling to an apparent AI-generated image of the Obama's faces photoshopped onto two monkeys, a racist trope. White House Press Secretary Caroline Levitt says, quote, "This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King." The clip from Trump's post is not from Disney's The Lion King, as the movie does not feature gorillas or orangutans. Barack Obama's former national security advisor denounced the video, calling Trump a, quote, "stain on American history." The White House has dismissed the video, calling the criticism, quote, "fake outrage."
It's very interesting that it's fake outrage. And, you know, everybody's tripping and y'all need to get a sense of humor. But it was up for over 12 hours. And then because of people like going in, I'm talking about calling into shows and going off, then they decided to remove it because the backlash was starting to get a lot louder than they expected. So let me pull up some of those clips. Now, what's also interesting, is that Tim Scott, the black man who has been a part of MAGA for years, the one that was like, I hope this is not real. I hope this is fake. No, it was very real. Yo Peoples posted it. Do you understand now his own base? Some of the people in his own base are demanding that he steps down because he didn't have the president's back. So we're going to go ahead and look at some of these comments from Laura Loomer and others. Give me just a second here. They now want him to resign because as a black man, he dared speak out against this. Okay, let me. All right. So this was Tim Scott. He says, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it. First of all, if this is the most racist thing you've seen, you must have your head buried in the sand. Because we've seen a lot of racist shit. This ain't the first, and it's damn sure not going to be the last. So after he said this, because at some point in time, his black card chipped in, Crazy Laura Loomer says this: Senator Tim Scott should resign from his position as chair of the NRSC for attacking President Trump today as a racist over a meme that he didn't even post himself. Someone who is willing to give the Democrats ammunition like that in the middle of the midterm election year is too stupid to be in charge. I warned President Trump it was a terrible idea for Tim Scott to be a chair of the NRSC, and he told me to give him a chance. I always said it was a bad idea. Donald Trump is way too nice to these traitors. I remain undefeated in my ability to detect horrible people for the Trump. F you, vote at Tim Scott, resign, traitor. Now, this lady is a Jewish woman, okay? Anytime somebody talks about her community, she's out here crying tattoo tears and, hollering anti-Semitism. But the second a black man is saying, yo, this is racist, I'm not cool with this bitch has a different energy. I find that very interesting, bitch, that you have a whole different energy. But when it's your people talked about, everybody's supposed to have all this unwavering sympathy and support for your peoples. But you can't find it in your fucking black ass heart to have support for this black ass man, bitch. I can't stand her because she's such a hypocrite. And so then, of course, all the dumbass minions. Real President Trump remove Tim Scott. Tim Scott should resign. Tim Scott needs to resign. Resign Tim Scott. Then resign Tim Scott was trending. Okay. Tim Scott, globalist backstabber. Senator Tim Scott should resign as chair of the NRSC after smearing President Trump as a racist over a meme Trump didn't even post. Dear NRSC Chairman Tim Scott, you're an utter disgrace to MAGA, waiting for any moment to pounce on President Trump. We, the people, will never forget. You should resign. Sincerely, 77 plus million MAGA patriots. Simply because the black man was like, yeah, nah, this ain't cool. So I hope he wakes up and he realizes that, sir, you're merely just a token to them. They don't care. They don't care about your feelings being hurt. They don't care about you taking this as racism. Look how quick these folks were willing to turn on you and say that you should resign from your post simply for saying, hey, this isn't cool. Like, this is racist. I don't like this. Regardless if Trump himself posted this or somebody else, because now they're trying to blame it and say that it was, some young person in the White House who's running his social medias. And the other time it's him running his own shit. Now all of a sudden it's somebody else. Regardless, it was posted. And it shows how he really feels about people who look like Barack and Michelle Obama. So we're going to go ahead and play some of the other responses from folks who felt a way about everything. Kamala Harris spoke too. She spoke out today. Is this the one? No, hold on. He was a big Trump supporter, and he is very upset about this. So like I said, it was a lot of opinions today on social media, but the majority of people with common sense did not agree with this. They saw it for what it was, and it pissed a lot of people off. Hence why they eventually deleted it, while Laura Loomer's over there talking and running her fucking jaws. Let's see here. So let me go ahead and play this real quick. Okay.
They were not supposed to go after small children, storm schools, bring terror upon,
You know what? Let me refresh this. It's already started. Give me just a second here. Okay.
My word. I am a registered Republican. My dad was the president of American Pipeliners Association, so I came by it rather naturally. Voted for the president.
Hold on, y'all. So y'all can't hear it? Some people are saying that they can't hear it. Okay, there's sound now. Okay, let me try it again.
Supported him, but I really want to apologize. I mean, I'm looking at this awful picture of the Obamas. What an embarrassment to our country. All this man does is tell lies. He is not worthy of the presidency. He takes bribes blatantly.
Okay, this is weird. So half of y'all, can y'all hear it or can y'all not hear it? Okay, everybody else is saying they can hear it. Okay, y'all might want to refresh y'all screens and come back in because most people are saying that they can hear it and it sounds good. Okay. Okay, everybody's saying they can hear it. Okay, so yeah, just if you couldn't hear, just refresh and then come back in. Because when it first starts, it's gonna be muted because it's Instagram, so I have to hit unmute. So I'm gonna refresh it again, and then give me a chance to hit unmute, and then just wait for the audio to play because it automatically mutes it on Instagram. Okay, because I want y'all to hear what he has to say. That's why I have refreshed it. So let me start again. Okay.
Oh, my word. I am a registered Republican. My dad was the president of American Pipeliners Association, so I came by it rather naturally. Voted for the president, supported him, but I really want to apologize. I mean, I'm looking at this awful picture of the Obamas. What an embarrassment to our country. All this man does is tell lies. He is not worthy of the presidency. He takes bribes blatantly, and now he's being a racist blatantly. They were supposed to deport the dangerous criminals. They were not supposed to go after small children, storm schools, bring terror upon, the little kids and the women and children, not just the immigrants in the school. All the children are scared. This is not a decent man. This is not an honest man. He openly takes bribes. He's pathetic as a president, and I just want to apologize to everybody in the country for supporting this rotten man.
John, did you vote for him in all three elections?
I did. I was sucked into the stupidity of creating jobs, and there are no more jobs in New Mexico. Things are worse than they were before. You cannot find a primary care physician. Our governor just passed some laws to try to help. If you are a young physician, we want you in New Mexico. Come here. There's a great need for you.
All right.
Oh, my word.
Okay, so y'all just heard that, right? So it's like that is, one of his main supporters calling in, very upset. And, a lot of people are getting their wake-up call. It's like implied racism. This is how I really feel for a lot of folks. Covert racism is okay. A little bit of shade is okay. But when it's blatant where you can't defend it, that's when people get very uncomfortable. Because now, especially if you're like a big supporter of his, how do you defend this? The ones who are racist are just gonna say, oh, it's just a meme, get over it. But the ones who understand the real meaning behind that and how, black people, were seen as one fifth of a human, just seen as property and things like that, they understand the dog whistles that those pictures were. So that's why this man is like really upset, really in his feelings, and while it's easy to dismiss it, I can respect the fact when somebody says, you know what, they were wrong. So with you taking ownership and saying that, okay, I was wrong, I made a mistake, I see things are a lot worse, what are you going to do to change that? That's the next question. Because let's not forget, like we talked about the other day when I did the live stream, when going through those Epstein files, it showed who was the puppeteer behind the QAnon, behind, all of this stuff, the MAGA movement. And I feel like that one video, that QAnon video that made Trump out to be the hero and everything else, I feel like that was the main video that really pushed people to that side. And all of that was orchestrated by Epstein. So a lot of people are waking up to the fact that they've really been fooled. They were really sold a lie. Yeah, it is. It's insane. So let me go ahead. I'm just trying to like read the chat real quick. Make sure y'all can hear me because some people are saying that they're having like issues. Okay. Yeah, like I said, what else is there? If you're going to call in and cry, what are you going to do to change the situation? What's next? Because it's been so much stuff that has happened just like in 2025. We're now in 2026. We've only been in 2026 about a month and a week? And so much has happened. And it's only going to get worse. That's the part that's crazy. So let me go ahead and play these other clips. Vince Mensa went in. I like Vince. He came out here to Minneapolis. I want to say like last week he was out here supporting the protesters. So respect to him. So he spoke out on the situation as well. Give me just a second here. Okay.
To the photo of the Obamas as apes. Your motherfucking mama a monkey, nigga. That's why the loose skin under your chin look like a Thanksgiving turkey. Gobble, gobble, neck ass, nigga. Sucking on Bubba Dick on Epstein Island. And that's why your mail order wife, Flopumentary, got a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. You motherfuckers is untalented, unattractive, and unintelligent. And hey, let's keep it a buck. If you ever got my fucking face talk about it's just politics, people are entitled to their opinion. You don't really think every Republican is a racist, do you? I do, yes, I do. I literally do. Because even if you're not posting black people as monkeys, the fact that you okay with it for a fiscal or a religious reason means you have no concern for my humanity. They're not the only racists, but they're a guarantee. And all of this shit is a grand design. In the new Epstein files, Epstein sends Peter Thiel an email, excited about Brexit. He says, Brexit, this is just the beginning. Peter Thiel says, of what? Epstein is like a return to tribalism, the end of globalization. It's easier to buy something on its way to collapse than it is to find the next bargain. That shit just gave me chills. This is a clearly defined, orchestrated plan to push us into race-based, nationalist infight. Epstein literally laid this plan out to the founder of Palantir, the spy tech AI company powering ICE. They got all the ICE contracts. They're making crazy bread off of racism and fear, doing exactly as they plan, make us hate each other so they can profit from the collapse of society. And as far as the monkey image, I don't think enough people know that eugenics was a widely accepted science. It was basically the science of racism. They used false experiments to more or less show that Africans were closer to primates on the timeline of evolution and that Europeans were a more evolved, intelligent species. That's what Trump is doing with this image. And that nigga is an ape, though. He sees it to this shit. It's like he's smart for an ape. But on a larger level, it's a global plan to incite conflict and profit from the chaos. And I feel like falling for it. I want to smack a motherfucker. Trump posted a photo of the Obamas as apes.
All right, so y'all just heard what Vince Mensa had to say. Yeah, he kept it real, you know, and it's just like at this point, it's not funny. It's not just a meme. It's deeper than that. And like we were talking the other day, all of this was orchestrated. Like he's talking about Blacksit. You know, all the black MAGA people, Candace Owens, Terrence K. Williams, and just whoever else you want to throw out there, all of these people, you know, were propped up for a reason. They got a bag for a reason. You know, Candace can say that she's no longer a Trump supporter and now she's into conspiracies and trying to solve Charlie Kirk's murder. But that's why I say I can never rock with her, because at some point in time, you were benefiting from pushing that agenda. You benefited greatly. You were the face of that movement. And it's like, now here we are. So now everybody's trying to distance themselves because it's gotten too hot in the kitchen. So let me go ahead here. Moneybag Mo's in the building. I was just talking about you, Mo. I just see you just came in here. Moneybag Mo sent $499.99. Thank you once again, sis, for the support. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I had to go off earlier because people want to keep saying that you're Cardi B, and I'm like, she's not Cardi B. You know what I mean? So I really do appreciate your support. Mo comes in here. She shows love. She's not trying to mix and mingle, you know what I'm saying, with the chat. She's here to watch the stream. She's told me she's just a super supporter. And that's just what it is. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So, Mo, you got these guys out here feeling away, sis. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, just say you can't do what she do. Don't sit here and be mad and trying to psychoanalyze the situation. So thank you again. I appreciate it. Yeah, now Mo comes through and she looks out. And she's a member. How about that? She got her wrench behind her, her membership, all that. So I really appreciate you, sis. Let me see. I'm going to read a few more super chats. Dark Boo says, Trump says he condemns the post, but he's not going to apologize because he said he didn't see anything wrong with it. Yep, I'm going to show that video in a second. I don't know how to pronounce Denolari. Hopefully I said that right. Sent $10, says, happy Friday, Auntie. Rolling out the YouTube red carpet for you. Thank you for always keeping us in the know. You are very much appreciated. Watching the live with the family. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you for your support. Let's see here. Dragon Tamer sent $9.99 says, my grandma would tell us about sundown towns where the police told her to get out or else. She's 75. Wow. And I think that's what a lot of people tend to think in this day and age, like all this stuff happened so long ago. And your grandma's 75 years old. That wasn't that long ago. The civil rights movements was not that long ago, you know? And it's like people need to understand that a lot of people who went through that, who fought and bled for everybody to have the freedoms, especially people of color from other backgrounds, okay, to have the freedoms that we have been able to enjoy, is because of African Americans, is because of the civil rights movement, is because of the things that they built. So it's very easy to say that, you know, we've progressed and things have changed. Things haven't necessarily changed. We're just in a different era, right? So it feels like things are a bit more comfortable. We don't have to, you know, work as hard. We don't have to like necessarily be out there, you know, picking fruits and vegetables and walking everywhere. We have modern conveniences. But don't forget, all of that came off of the backs of the people before us, the ancestors. So it is. It's just like, I can only imagine somebody who's in like their 60s, 70s, who grew up with drinking fountains saying for coloreds only, or who had to get their food from the back of the restaurant. Imagine what that image, seeing that the person who was in the White House, imagine what that image did for them. As somebody who's Black and African American. Because there's a lot of people who are involved in the civil rights movement that will never know their name. History will never know their name, right? Just like there's a lot of people here in my city protesting ICE, that they don't have social media, they're not on Facebook, they're just down there doing what they feel is right in their heart to do. So this is way deeper than it just being a meme. Like I told y'all on Discord, when we were talking about that book that I had never heard of before, but I'm not surprised. Very disturbing. But like I was saying before in Discord with all that stuff, you have to understand some of these same people that were on those postcards with Black bodies being hung, being burnt, and you see these folks smiling, you know, at the hanging of Black people and Black bodies. Do you think that those people's ancestors disappeared? Those are those people's grandparents, great-grandparents. And some of those people are who are in office today. They come from that lineage. That's why Laura Loomer can look at that and not give two shits about it. But like I said, let somebody talk about her ethnicity and her background. She's having a mental breakdown. Let Nick Fuentes say something about her background. It's all this anti-Semitism. And I don't agree with any type of racism, homophobia, anti-Semitism. All of that stuff is wrong. But why is it that these same people can't have that same type of energy? If we can say that anti-Semitism is wrong and that it's not okay, why when a Black man says, hey, this is racist, I don't agree with it, look how they were so quick to turn on him. Very disgusting. So thank you for the super chat. Let me see here. Verbal Beauty 18 cent 5 says, they just proved what we knew all along. Now these people had to confront the fact that they supported a monster and devil the whole time. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what's bothering a lot of them. Because I think for the most part, again, I think for me, I want to believe that the average person is a decent human being, right? And for the most part, people just want the basic needs. They want to be able to just live their life, go to work, pay bills, take care of their kids, take a few vacations, don't want to be harassed, and things like that. And while you have some people who are getting off on the things that are going on in this country, I do believe that a majority of the people are like, I didn't expect it to be this bad. And they're having to confront that now. Because Madia posted the other day a video of Andrew Schultz. Pussy popping and backtracking. Let me see if I can find that. Where now he feels bad for what's going on. Let's see if I can find it on my page. And see, that's the problem, like she said. Now they're having to confront this because Andrew Schultz was another one who lended his platform for this foolishness. Joe Rogan as well. And now Joe Rogan is trying to walk stuff back. And the whole thing is, I didn't know it would get this bad. I didn't know it would get this bad. Here goes the video. Because I remember Madia posting this. I hadn't seen it. So let's watch this really quick. But you're absolutely right. A lot of them are having to now deal with the consequences of the fact that they promoted this. They platformed this. And if you have black friends, black family members, biracial kids, biracial grandkids, work with black folks that you genuinely love and care about, how do you explain this? Andrew Schultz, I guess, best friend, BFF, is Charlemagne. How do you explain this? How can you co-sign this? So let me play the video. I just found it.
I'll say that this was a breaking point for me in the way that the administration responded to it. Like, I didn't think what's happening right now with ICE could happen in America. I genuinely did not think that was possible. I thought our institution, I thought the Constitution would hold up. When I see it and then immediately defend it, I start to go, we gotta be very loud about this. Like, it all of a sudden becomes not like liberal catastrophic thinking. It starts to become very reasonable, nuanced criticism of the administration. They have just made the most far left critiques of the Trump administration. Their reaction to this has just justified all of them. In one moment, all of their responses from Trump to Kash Patel, they have justified every single and I know people will probably look at this and be like, they've done a million other things to justify them. Sure, and that's fair. But this specific situation, I think, is a breaking point, and it has justified all those criticisms. I think people's antennas are way up, and people's antennas up that were not up initially.
This is like seeing the Epstein files. Because it's like,
wouldn't it be nice if we got those?
It's like, damn, y'all really been lying to us. Like, damn, like you really lying to us.
But I will say that.
Okay, girl. I feel no ways about his new awakening because, again, people were telling him and he just, he was so gung-ho about everything. So let's go ahead. I'm going to play some more clips of folks talking about the post earlier today.
The fuck are we doing? I mean, what the fuck are we doing? Does anybody remember a time when expressing such unambiguous racism would end your career? Would literally just move you out of society, and rightly so? And in this moment where we've moved from what's in the Epstein files to what's behind the redactions, our president is strengthening ties with the racists in his base. I guess this is what passes for a distraction in the redaction era. Or maybe he's just mad that he's mentioned in the files and President Obama is not. Now, if you've come to know me, you know I hate using dehumanizing terms, but our president is a racist piece of shit. So who's defending this? I'll wait. Release the unredacted files now. We're never going away. We're never going to stop talking about this. And that's that. I can't fucking believe this guy.
All right, so you guys just heard what he had to say about the situation. A lot of people are like coming to some self-aware, awareness. I think, hold on, where's the one with Okay, Don Lemon. I want to play that.
They and the Republicans are leaving him and putting out statements left and right saying this is awful. Him putting out a video, posting a video that depicts Michelle and Barack Obama as apes, monkeys. Too far, Donald Trump, even for your own folks. And then here's the thing. We know Donald Trump is racist. I've been saying Donald Trump is racist for years. I remember in 2018, I opened my show on CNN by saying the president of the United States is racist, and everybody lost their minds. Oh my God, he's a race bait or whatever. Turns out I'm right. Okay? And then Caroline Leavitt is out here making excuses for it by saying it's just a joke. It is the Lion King, whatever. Caroline Leavitt, you're out of your depth. Sit your ass down and stop playing. DEI hire right there. Not good at your job. I know people think it's really easy to call on someone and then cut them off and then call on someone else. That doesn't mean that you're good at your job. And then later, as they do every single day when she gives information from that podium, they come out and they contradict her, as the White House did by saying, oh, well, it was a staffer who erroneously posted that and should not have. Okay, that's even worse, because you mean a staffer, some random underling, has access to the president's phone and Twitter account? Now, this isn't just a Twitter account. This is the most powerful person in the world and one of the most powerful platforms, because this is how he posts his press releases. He posts policy there, what he wants people to know about him and what he's doing. It posts right there. So why does some underling have access to your Twitter account, to your phone, and why haven't they been fired or identified? This is worse. This administration is incompetent, and this is just the latest example of that. And Caroline Leavitt, sit down. Donald Trump.
I can't lie. I love the new Don Lemon. I love the fact that he's no longer on CNN and his ass is just on regular YouTube and Instagram like the rest of us, because Don has been going hard these past few months. Like, he really has. And I think him even going to jail, honey, put a battery in his back. He wants all the smoke, okay? People talking about, I thought he was in jail. He got out the same day, okay? We posted when he got out and everything else. Him, Georgia Fort, they all got out. Catch up. But I love the fact that he's no holds bar. He doesn't have to be censored by CNN or anybody, because he's saying the truth. Them trying to come out and say that it was a random staffer is bullshit. Why would a random person have access to just post anything? Any other time when he posts, it's coming straight from him. He posted it. He's about that life. He's that man. Now all of a sudden there's backlash and it's a random teen staffer, just whatever. College student staffer. Bullshit. Bullshit. Nobody's buying it. Now let me see here. Okay, so we have the audio of him speaking and basically saying, yeah, okay, girl. But first, let me go ahead and show y'all what Kamala had to say about the situation, because we got that too. All right. Kamala Harris has spoken. She says, no one believes this cover-up from the White House, especially since they originally defended the Post. We are all clear-eyed about who Donald Trump is and what he believes. Okay? So she has spoken. So now let's listen to the audio. I believe this is the one. Yep. So this audio just came out about 30 minutes ago, right before I started the stream.
Media post that you took down earlier today, the White House says that a staffer sent it. Who sent it, and are you going to fire them?
I looked at it. I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud, and I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we did it. You know, but that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it.
The man just lies. He says we took it down as soon as we found out about it. No, you didn't. The bimbo in the White House, Karen Levitz, Miss Barbie, sat there and defended it and said, oh, it came from a meme. Y'all are fake news. Y'all are just trying to be mad. And then it took them over, 12 hours to take it down? But now he's acting like, oh, we took it down right away. No, you didn't. Y'all defended it. And then when the backlash became too strong, because many in your own base, you know, the few who do have a conscience, unlike that goofy Laura Loomer, started holding you accountable and saying, nah, this is not cool. We can't get behind this. It's a bit too blatant. Then that's when y'all try to walk it back. I mean, just the lies are insane.
Are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine. And they had that one post, and I guess it was a takeoff. By the way, a lot of people covered. If you look at where it came from, I guess it was a takeoff on the Lion King, and certainly it was a very strong post in terms of voter fraud. Nobody knew that was at the end. If they would have looked, they would have seen it. And probably they would have had the sense to take it down. But that was a takeoff on the Lion King. And a lot of people were covered in different positions. So, but I spoke to Tim Scott. He was great. Tim is a great guy. He understood that 100%. Go ahead.
Mr. President. Are calling on you.
The fact that he refuses to apologize let me just play the last clip. Okay, no last clip. Let me come back on the screen. The fact that he refuses to just be an adult and apologize says a lot. That is the definition of a true narcissist. You are the president of America. And this country is a melting pot. You have people who live in this country that are both white, black, Hispanic, Asian, natives, and other. And a segment of your population are offended by the post. Not just black people, but other people of color, even white folks were offended by the post. And the fact that he won't even do something as simple as apologizing, it tells you everything you need to know. When somebody feels like they're bigger than the program, that they can't even apologize for offending people, that says a lot about who they are, and that says a lot about their spirit. It's disturbing when somebody can feel like they're above reproach, they're above an apology, everything's an excuse, everything's a lie. It's very disturbing how the lies just roll off his tongue. But I bet you anything, if they would have made some type of, he's talking about it's about voter fraud and this and that. If there'd have been something at the end of that clip that offended the Jewish community, best believe it'd have been taken down right away. There'd have been thank pieces, letters. Carolyn Levitz would have been, her disposition would have been totally different. And that's the part I don't respect. Black folks are always told to get over it. It's not a big deal. It was an accident. Accidents happen. Who cares? It's a meme. But everybody else can get offended by the littlest things. And it's rectified. Look what's going on right now on TikTok. These people got so offended by people having opinions. Simply stating their opinions on what was going on in Gaza. And all of these, hospitals, babies, civilians being bombed. They got so upset about opinions of people who really have no power. Because like I said, most folks on TikTok don't have no damn power. They're just there to state their opinions. We don't push policies. We're not lawmakers. We're just commentators. They got so offended that they ended up buying the platform. And y'all saw that video that I had played 2 streams ago, where he said, we're going to come in and clean up house. You're not even going to be able to write Zionist. Even if you try and type it in your DM to somebody, it's not going to go through. You can write, I hate Jesus. That will go through. I hate Muhammad. I hate Islam. All that will go through. But write, you hate Judaism. It's not going to go through. So it's very interesting that when they're offended, they can buy TikTok, change rules, you know what I'm saying, clean stuff up. But when black people are offended, it's get over it. When Tim was offended, they told him he needs to step down. His feelings are invalid. Laura Loomer's jigsaw looking ass sat there and shamed him for being upset. Wanted him to lose his position. So the president is saying that he talked to him and, you know, everything's been smoothed over. I hope you're not buying it, Tim. Because they're not laughing with you, they're laughing at you. Just like they were laughing at Sexy Red during that goofy ass performance at that wedding. The whole thing is insane. All right, give me just a second here. And then the fact that they're not even trying to hold anybody accountable, that says a lot too. That says a whole lot. Okay, looks like Aaron just posted something else. Admits he's the one who chose to post it. Refuses to apologize. Okay, so they got another video. I don't know if this is one where he's saying the same thing. I was just checking Aaron's page. So I don't know if this is the same video that Hollywood Unlocked posted, but they have a video of him, not just the audio.
So, do you have any questions, John?
Mr. President, social media post that you took down earlier today, the White House says that a staffer sent it. Who sent it, and are you going to fire them?
No, I looked at it, I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud, and I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud in and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we turned it, you know. But that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things.
So basically, he's not going to apologize. So that was the same audio that we played. So let me see. What's his most...
We have some news right now. Fox News and Laura Ingraham are even questioning this White House over Donald Trump's racist image and video of Barack and Michelle Obama depicted as apes. And it's because the White House's narrative on this issue has now changed 3 separate times. Remember, this video was up for 12 hours. Caroline Leavitt was trotted out by the White House this morning and defended the video as a Lion King meme. Then, hours later, they deleted the video after Republican outrage, and then they said it was a staffer who did it. Then tonight, Donald Trump said he watched part of the video, not all of the video. Guess he's claiming he didn't see the racist part of the video, sent it to a staffer who posted it. 3 different explanations, and even Fox News isn't buying it. Laura Ingraham tonight asked Caroline Leavitt, why won't you just apologize? Why is this something to throw the staffer under the bus? And Caroline Leavitt blamed the, quote, leftist media for talking about this rather than talking about the Dow hitting 50,000. Well, the media can talk about both and has talked about both. But it's pretty stunning to see when you lose Fox News on this issue and when the White House can't get its affairs in order. The president keeps changing the narrative. No one knows what the truth is. And let me tell you something. To me, if a staffer posted this, staffer would have been fired. Doesn't seem like a staffer is getting fired. Maybe a staffer didn't actually post it. We have some news.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly obvious that they're scrambling to like fix the lie. They're scrambling to come up with like some type of explanation for this. And the fact that even Fox News is now like, yeah, we don't want no parts of this, it says a lot. But the fact that it took this for a lot of people to like, on that side to like kind of wake up is insane. And for all those saying that, you know, y'all are just being sensitive, all black folks do is complain, who cares, it's just a meme, get over it. The problem is this has real world consequences. The racism, the xenophobia has been at an all-time high. At an all-time high. And it is having real world consequences. You have things like this that are emboldening a lot of people. I can't tell you how many videos I see on my timeline on, I don't care if it's X, Instagram, of, you know, random white folks feeling bold and saying the N-word. Remember, I had showed y'all that video of that white man going crazy and cussing out that security guard. Put a teacup if y'all remember those videos that I posted about 2 weeks ago. Called the security guard all types of N-words, wanted to fight him, an old white man. And then what about the crazy ass white dude that done went in his wife's real estate portfolio, found that, I believe the lady might have been Liberian, found out who she was, stalked her to a Walmart, and then asked her how an N-word like her could afford a $500,000 home. So for people saying just get over it, this is having real world consequences because now people feel can just be bold. This man went to several different stores and harassed black people who had done nothing to him. Even here in Minnesota, that loser, Jake Lang, let's talk about him. Let's segue into that shit. Now, y'all remember the racist that was pardoned during January 6th. He came out here 2 weeks ago, got his ass whooped. Not one, but 3 goofy ass black men jumped in there to save him. Okay? Stop the crowd from whooping his ass. Black folks weren't supposed to be down there any damn way. Let white folks handle white folks' business. Because the liberal white folks was putting their foot off in Jake Lang's ass. But 3 black men came around him with their cape. And what did he do? As soon as he went right back to Alex Jones, he accused the black men of trying to take his Rolex. Not a thank you. Not a, you know what, I see things differently, and, you know, I may still be racist, but, you know, I thank goodness those black men were there to protect me. He caught them thieves. Well, Jake Lang is back. He came back to Minnesota because, again, people like him and that, who's the other idiot, the one that did the whole Somalian expose, but the daycares, the one that sounds like he got a bunch of fucking spit and cum in his mouth. I can't think of the little boy's name. Y'all write it in the chat. I see his face. I just can't. Did I say spit and cum? Sorry. He said he got a mouth full of shit. What is his name? The one that was at the Lurie Center? Oh, bitch. Nick Shirley, thank you. Nick Shirley sounded like he got a whole mouth full of shit. Okay, so I couldn't think of his name real quick. But, him. So they keep coming back to Minnesota to just, you know, stir the pot. So he showed up in Minnesota once again. Now, you just got your ass whooped, Jake Lang. Now you're back in my city stirring up shit. So they had made this beautiful ice sculpture in front of the Capitol in St. Paul, and it says, prosecute ICE. So Jake Lang's Charlie Kirk knockoff looking ass decide to come and, hi-ya! Do a karate chop kick. You know what I'm saying? Towards the ice sculpture. And he fucked around and found out Minnesota don't play that shit. Okay? So let's go ahead and watch the video of him drop kicking the statue with his out of breath ass. Go ahead and play this real quick. Y'all not say the first thing that comes to my mind, honey. I'm sorry. When he talks, he sounds like he got a mouthful of cum, bitch. I'm just saying. Hey, this is about the kids at the daycare center. I'm doing the daycare center, and I don't see no kids at the daycare. That's how he talks. It's like, bro, swallow it or move the fuck around. Okay? Sorry. Who else have Lawrence Turner? So I got a mouthful of shit. All right, so let me go ahead and show y'all. I don't like the way he talks. I can deal with Tyler Oliver. At least he's articulate. Nick Shirley needs to sit the fuck down. Okay? You're not funny. You're not articulate. Bitch, spit before you swallow. All right, let me go ahead and pull up this video of Jake Lang, honey. So this is Jake Lang at our Capitol in St. Paul. This dude looked like Charlie Kirk. I don't care what nobody say. He looked just like Charlie Kirk ass. Let me pull this up a bit. Because I want y'all to see everything this idiot is doing. Can't tell this asshole shit. All right, let's go.
Trump, we support you. We support ICE. Our country was made for Americans, not for Somalis. Pro-ICE, baby! America first, America only! We'll see you here, February 7th, Saturday, 12 noon, outside the Minnesota State Capitol.
Okay, first of all, bitch, why are you so out of breath? He over there breathing hella heavy. Just, Pro-ICE, baby. Pro-ICE. This is America. Fuck Somalia. You did a few kicks. I'm gonna need you to work on your stamina, bitch. All he did was kick an ice statue. Is you okay? Almost decapitated his balls. Barely could get his leg up. You too young to be breathing like that, sir. So he thought it was cute. Okay? Minnesota said, I think the fuck not. This is where he fucked around and found out. Our state don't play them games. So Minnesota said, oh, you want to play? Let's go. Okay? Let me go ahead and put on this screen here again just a second. All right. Minnesota has charged his ass with a felony.
January 6th rioter faces new charges for damaging an anti-ice sculpture outside Minnesota's Capitol building. Here's what that sculpture looked like before. A group of veterans revealed it early yesterday in protest of federal immigration enforcement efforts in Minnesota. Later, far-right influencer Jake Lang posted a video online showing him kicking down letters to change the message.
President Trump, we support you. We support ICE. Our country was made for Americans, not for Somalis.
The video shows Lang kicking down letters to turn prosecute ICE into pro-ICE. The group that revealed the sculpture had a permit. A Minnesota state trooper pulled Lang over not far from the Capitol and booked him on suspicion of criminal damage to property.
So yeah, he has been charged. Let me come back on the screen. with a felony. And so, like, when I said that this is having real world consequences, this type of energy, it really is. So his little friend, he's out here now because they're supposed to be coming to Minnesota tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 7th. They're supposed to be coming out here to do some more protesting. Jaden Scott, that's his name. So let me go ahead and play this video. All right.
America, we have retrieved Jake Lang from his political prisonership at Ramsey County Jail. Tomorrow, Crusaders take on the streets and take the Capitol for the Battle of Minneapolis. We will not surrender. We will not back down. Crusaders, we march at noon. Commies, come find out. See you guys there.
Like I said, this is what we have to deal with. So for all y'all saying that, oh, folks are being sensitive, it's just a meme. This is really what we have to deal with. This type of bullshit has literally emboldened these losers. He's over here hooping and hollering. You can't even pronounce Minneapolis correct. Minneapolis is not the state capital, bitch. It's St. Paul. And even then, why y'all coming here to do what? Go to D.C. Go there. That is the main capital. Why y'all coming here? Like, all of this just weird performative bullshit is it's very, very frustrating. So like I said, his rhetoric, the rot starts at the top. And it works its way down, and it's really affecting everyday people. They've been protesting all week. On the weekends, that's when we've been doing the big protests out here in Minneapolis and in St. Paul. Because that's when most people are off. Because they're still protesting, the death of Renee Good and Alex Preddy. So, again, they're back to cause chaos. But Jake Lang has been charged with a felony. I heard that he was bailed out. But the fact that he thought he could just do that with no consequences, he fucked around and found out. And I hope they prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. So let me go ahead. How long have I been on here? An hour and 18 minutes. Okay, let me read some more of these super chats here. Let's see. Movam3237 sent $20. Said, I believe there are bots in the chat that try to distract the masses. This can be on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube, everywhere. Yeah, there might be. I wouldn't disagree with that, because other people will say that they can hear, then you'll have people saying that they can't hear. And that's, it ends up throwing the chat off. But like I said, I look for people, like especially the mods. I try and go off of what they're saying, because they're going to, they have wrenches, so I can kind of see what they say overall as far as like what's going on in the chat. But yeah, there are bots everywhere, and that's the part that's like frustrating. Like, there was a bot today that was commenting, talking about, what they say on the post. They're like, you're talking about entitlement and not helping somebody, but you have weed in your closet. Bitch, what? Like, they'll just write anything. Like, these bots are just weird. They'll write stuff that just make no sense. So it's like, whenever I see stupid comments like that, I just, block them and remove them. But yeah, they'll just like write stuff, and it's just sad, because it's like the internet is like becoming more and more inundated, where you don't really know who's behind these profiles. Some people are real, definitely. But yeah, there's definitely bots all through social media. And you just see them commenting and just saying stuff. Yeah, it just made no sense. They have wrote it on the Glorilla video that I made. And I'm just like, what? Like, what? So I just blocked it and kept it moving. I was like, okay. I've never smoked weed, but okay. So you can't make this stuff up. Let's see. Nala Epic the Lion says he's trying to get his base to antagonize black people into getting outside. They need those sacrifices. The well is running dry. Yeah. I definitely think it was like antagonization. But like I said, most black folks are not falling for it, you know. And I think at this point, it's better that, you know, the white community is out there fighting on behalf of a lot of people. And they're out there standing up. And the good thing is, I think in Minnesota, they understand that. You know, I don't know about other cities. I can only speak about my town. They understand that. And they're like, you know what, black folks, y'all rest. Somalians, y'all rest. Okay, we got this. And they've been out there going hard. They have really been out there going hard. Every day. Every day they're out there protesting. They're at the Whipple building. They're in downtown Minneapolis. They're over south. So they really have been. Because that's what they want. They do want it to end up being, you know, a race war. They want something to pop off. And that's what they're trying not to, you know, they're trying not to engage in that. So, yeah, I do feel like a lot of this stuff is being very antagonistic to get black folks to come out the house and wild out. Now, again, I can't speak for white folks in other cities, but I know here they are going hard for the minority community, and I respect it, and I love them for it. They really are. They're like, all the minorities in the Twin Cities, y'all rest. We got this. They be out there. They don't be getting cold or nothing, child. They be out there with no gloves on, no earmuffs. I'm like, damn. I be cold just walking to the car. They be out there for hours in their little North Face jackets. No hat, no gloves, just filming. Whew. Respect, okay? Because it has not been... Today was pretty warm for us. Today was 20 degrees. I'm like, oh, wow, it's hot today. That's hot for us, 20. So we're no longer in the negatives. Yeah, so they've been out there going hard. I respect it. They really have been. They said black folks rest. Let's see here. Dark Boo 00775 says Trump said he condemns the post, but ain't gonna apologize because he said he didn't see anything he did wrong. Well, you know, again, that's a narcissistic response. That's what narcissists do. They're never in the wrong. They're never held accountable for anything. It's always everybody else's fault. They're always the victim, you know. It's always a setup. So I'm not surprised at all. Because, again, if he was really apologetic, if he really cared about Tim's feelings, like he tried to suggest, why not just apologize? But they know they can't apologize because they know it's not coming from a sincere place anyways. So, thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. SPRQ68 says, are the non-members out of the dungeon yet? Yes, the non-members are in here. I opened it up, I think, about 45 minutes ago. So everybody, as long as you're a subscriber, you know, you can be in the chat chatting. You have to be subscribed to my channel for at least 3 days. So if you're not subscribed, you're not allowed to chat in my chat. I don't want a lot of randoms in here, bots, you know, people who just want to come in here and be agents of chaos. If you don't like me and really support my channel, you don't need to be in here commenting. Go elsewhere. So, like I said, it's 2026. We're moving differently. So I don't want a whole bunch of people thinking they can just come in here and disrupt the energy. So if you're not subscribed, if you're not no real tea sipper, move the fuck around. So, but yeah, the subscribers are in here, and the members are in here now. So thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Verbal Beauty 1875 says they proved what we knew all along. Now these people had to confront the fact that they supported monsters and devils the whole time. Yep. I think I read that earlier. But yeah, definitely correct. Bumblebee and Sting sent $20, says, watching you, I pushed through a lot and have been doing well. Love from me and my tea sipper kids. We got your back always. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. And thank you guys and your family for supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Troy on the beat says, hey T, glad to catch a live. Shout out to the Discord. Keep speaking truth to power. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Miss Anonymous 2325, she gifted somebody a membership, so thank you for that gift. Breezy got the juice sent $19.99, says, I'm a military reservist and staying quiet is getting harder. We were taught to stand up against injustices, but when it involves our commander, we're told to sit down and comply. I can't anymore. If not us, then who? Yeah. And I think that's the part that's been like really, really hard for people. Because you guys took an oath to the Constitution, and what do you do when the person who's supposed to be at the top is violating those terms and agreements in the Constitution? And the thing is, when you're in the military, you're taught to be nonpartisan, you know, regardless of who's in the president's seat, regardless if you like them or not, Democrat or Republican, you're taught to just be neutral and follow the laws. But now the military is being weaponized against the people. But you know who said that that was going to happen? Our ex-commander-in-chief. He called it out years ago. He said this was going to happen. But, you know, because he was black, people thought he was just being sensitive and messy. Let me see if I have that. Yeah. He talked about this years ago. So I get it. And thank you for your service as well. You know, I have a lot of military people who are tea sippers, you know, and I know it's weighing a lot of y'all because it's like you signed up to do a job, but then now the job that you guys signed up for is being used against the people that you swore to protect. And that's like a very hard position to be in. But if you guys remember, Barack said this years ago. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me see. Bring it in a little closer here. Who remembers this video?
I will admit it's worse than even I expected, but I did warn y'all. I did. You can run the tape. In Donald Trump's mind, the military does not exist to serve the Constitution or the American people. Like everything else, he thinks the military exists to do his bidding. And he has said that if he's elected, he'll use the military to go after, quote, the enemy within, which he seems to define as anybody who criticizes him. Trump's other big idea is to slap a tariff on everything from food to TVs. Now, almost every economist who has looked at this idea says that won't lower prices, that makes prices higher. Donald Trump's former chief of staff said that Trump told him he wanted his generals to be like Hitler's generals. Now, in politics, a good rule of thumb is don't say you want to do anything like Hitler. But it gives you a window into how Donald Trump thinks. Donald Trump wants us to think that this country is hopelessly divided between us and them, between the quote-unquote real Americans who support him and the outsiders who don't. Donald Trump sees power as nothing more than it means to his ends. He wants the middle class to pay the price for another huge tax cut that would mostly help him. Now, if you challenge Trump on his concepts, he will fall back on one answer. This is blanket answer for everything. Blame immigrants. He wants you to believe that if you let him round up whoever he wants, ship them all out, put together these big detention camps, your problems will be solved. Bluster and bumbling and chaos. We have seen that movie before.
And we all know that the sequel is usually worse.
And again, I'm not saying that Barack was perfect, right? Because there's not a perfect president. But do y'all understand why this man lives in Donald Trump's head and the administration's head rent-free? Because a lot of the things that Barack and even Michelle, because I can pull receipts of Michelle as well, saying things that have now come to pass. This is why they live in his head rent-free. Do not think that that whole situation that happened today with them being seen as monkeys and apes was by happenstance. Everything they have been saying is what is currently happening right now. How many times has he gone back and just literally woken up out his sleep? Well, he doesn't really sleep because it seems like he sits up all night tweeting. But how many times has he just in the past few months alone blamed Barack Obama? This man has not been president in years, and he's still, it was Barack's fault. The Obamas. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You're still talking about them years later, but that's why. Here goes a clip of Michelle. Let's hear what Michelle had to say.
Please welcome America's 44th president and the love of my life, Barack Obama.
Like, do you see, well, she's welcoming him. I think he's going to say the same speech, but do you see how, like, genuine their connection is? You see how, like, when she hugs him, like, she really has love for her husband. He really has love for his wife. I've never seen that with Melania. I've never seen that. I've never, like, Melania just looks like disgusted half the time. She's checked out. She looks like she's fucking the pool boy. And possibly the pool boy is a Mexican because he seems to hate Mexicans. I'm like, is Melania fucking the Mexican pool boy? What is your beef with Mexicans? Like, they just seem like they're just in two different worlds. And this is why that couple will live in his head rent-free. They are the epitome of black love. That's why they were trying to create, you know, those false narratives that they were divorcing and, you know, Michelle's a man and just all the bullshit that they've said to tear this couple apart. And the sad thing is, if Barack did half of what Donald has done, he'd been out of there. He wouldn't even made it into the White House. I remember being at Essence when Michelle Obama spoke that year. And that was probably like one of the best. Like, I had never, you know, I've never seen her in person or nothing like that before. So that was like my first time. And it was amazing just to hear her actually just speak and feel free. And she talked about, you know, how she had to really walk on eggshells, you know, while like they would see things being said about them, memes being posted about her, her husband, and her children. And she literally had to grin and bear it because she knew she would have reacted in any type of way. It would be a reflection on her husband. And she had to put up with that for 8 years. And she felt such a sense of freedom once they got up out of the White House. Like, they went through a lot, you know, to have to, like, you know, walk a tightrope. Because not only do you have black folks holding you accountable and expecting, you know, certain things to be met, you have white folks, you have the racist. So she dealt with a lot mentally, emotionally, just being the first lady. People questioning her motherhood, questioning if those were her real children, questioning if she's a woman. It's insane. So no, I take a lot of offense to seeing that. Like that was like really disheartening because I didn't even know about that meme before. I'd never seen the meme, the longer version, never seen it. But to see them depicted like that is disgusting. Because anytime there's genuine black love, it's always demonized. Somebody said, "Here comes the MAGA bots." I don't know. The mods are in the chat, so I don't know who's a MAGA bot in there. I don't see them, so I don't, the mods will handle it if there are. I remember I got attacked by them one time when I was walking in Atlanta. When I was in downtown Atlanta, because I was walking from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium back to my Airbnb. I just be walking, child. And it was like, I was showing the protest because I forgot what, it was some type of protest that was going on in downtown Atlanta. So I just went live and I'm like showing the protest. And it was like, oh, these fucking random bots. And they were just going, I was like, yeah, these ain't my T-sippers. I was like, I don't know who the fuck these people are. Let me just go ahead and get up off of here. They was coming for me, child. For no reason. I was like, okay. They was in the chat, not in real life. No, people are never that bold in real life. They're only bold behind the keyboard. In real life, people be all teeth. So, no. This was just on when I was live streaming. Let's see here. D-Drop Sim 499. He says, Sundown Town still exists. I once had a frightening experience stopping at a local diner on a road trip a few years ago. Oh, yeah. They definitely do. I remember... I will never forget, this was years ago when I lived in North Carolina. I want to say it was Franklin, North Carolina. Never been out there. I was going out there. I was with my son. So my oldest had to be probably 4 at the time. I might have been pregnant with the youngest one. So this was years ago. I forgot why I was in this rinky-dink town. It was something that I had to go do. And all I remember is the baby was hungry, my oldest. And so he was like, he wanted something to eat or whatever. And I remember I pulled into a Wendy's. I would like this still lives in my head rent-free. So I go into the Wendy's with my son, and when I tell you, and it was pretty packed in there, everybody was sitting down eating. I walked in and every head turned and looked at me. Every head in the restaurant, in a Wendy's. From the people sitting down eating to the people behind the register. And it was like all conversation stopped. I've never felt that before in my life, especially being what they call a Yankee. That's what they used to always come. You a Yankee, you from up north, you from Minneapolis, you a Yankee. And it was like everyone in the restaurant stopped eating. And I'm just sitting here with my son, I'm holding his hand, and I'm just like, at that point I felt scared. Like, do I go up and order? Like, what? Like, I'm talking about arms crossed, people leaning in. So I go up to the register. This was in North Carolina. I want to say Franklin. I don't know, but it was in North Carolina. And so I go up to the register to order, and it was just like this very nasty, sharp attitude. Not even, hi, how can I help you? It was like, what do you want? And so I just got him like a kid's meal, and it was just like, handing me the bag. I grabbed my baby, put him in the car, and got the fuck up out of there. We were not going to sit in there and eat. So trust me, I know some downtowns still exist. I will never forget that. And I remember telling my ex-husband, like, I've never had that experience before in my life. And he's like, yeah, there's still a lot of like, real racist, towns down here and everything else. But they was not feeling me and my little baby coming in there. The whole restaurant stopped eating and talking. So yeah, there are definitely towns like that. And I remember, we lived in York for a while, South Carolina. You see Confederate flags all the time. There'd be like little what's that called? I don't know. They have like little meetings. And they'd be out there protesting with their Confederate flags about whatever they were protesting about. This was like years ago when we lived in the Carolinas. So I can only imagine like how it is now. But yeah, those sundown towns are very real. And, if you're not a person of color, that's not something you're going to really notice. But when you go to like some of these rinky-dink towns, especially in the South, you have to watch out. I'll never forget. And there was a lot of things I had to learn when we moved down south because I still had they would say, a Yankee attitude. I mean, that's what all my Southern friends used to be like. You had such a Yankee attitude. You're not in Minneapolis, T. They used to always tell me that. And I was really young back then. So, yeah, there's racism up north, but it's a different type. Like up north, it's more covert, right? They'll still smile in your face, but they'll do little sneaky shit behind your back. In the South, it's very blatant. And I'll never forget my play mom, because she was like my mom when I lived in the Carolinas. I always looked out for me and my kids. And I remember we were going to church one Sunday, and we took a wrong turn. And this was before, GPS and all that on your phone, right? I don't know. I went to go pick her up. We took a wrong turn, and I pulled into somebody's driveway. Because, I'm just used to pulling into people's driveway and backing up. And I never forget, she went off on me. She was like, what are you doing? You do not pull into anybody's driveway ever. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like 20 something. I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, you never pull into somebody's driveway. Do you understand you're in the South? She was like, girl, you can get us killed. And I was like, what? She was like, no, if you make a wrong turn, a mistake, you keep going until you can find another road to turn. You never pull into somebody's driveway because they can come out and say that they suspected you were doing something, you were on their property, and they can kill you. This wasn't 1955. This, when I was being told all this, it was like 2006, 2007, 2008. So it's very real in pockets of the country. Yeah, I will. That has always stuck with me. Because, see, I grew up north. So that's normal. People pull into your driveway, back out. You know what I mean? Because it's quicker. There's a driveway. Let me back in, back out, back in, turn. That's how we do up here. Carolina's whole different ball game. She was like, you got to learn the ways down here. You can't be down here with a Yankee attitude. That's what they used to always tell me. Get rid of that Yankee spirit, T. You in the South now. Yep. My youngest was born in North Carolina. He's a Southern baby. I lived in the Carolinas for over 10 years. So yeah, sundown towns and all that stuff are very real. I will never forget that. So yeah, even now when I'm down south, like I don't care if it's Atlanta, just in the South in general, I don't pull into people's driveways. I'll just take the long route, swing around the block, because that's something that's always stuck with me. Because I'll never forget like the sheer terror in her voice. And when she grabbed me like, what are you doing? Like she went off. She was so scared. And like I said, she's an older Black woman. So she's always lived in the South. So that meme is not a joke to a segment, especially to an older segment of the population. How long I've been on here? An hour and 45 minutes? How many people we got in here? I'm not sleepy. If y'all want me to go and y'all ready to go to bed, let me know. We got over 8,000 people in here and only 2,000 likes. Hold up now. The math is not math. Then please hit the like button. If y'all are enjoying this stream, please hit the like button, y'all. Okay, so a lot of people are saying too that it's like that where they live in the South. Kim says facts. Everybody in New York does this. Yeah, it's different up north. Softer Side says, damn, they were that scared. They were. Tampa Bay says, yep, you don't pull in a driveway in Florida unless you're Amazon, UPS, or FedEx. And Tampa is clearly in, Florida. So you can tell the people who are from the South. Queenie says, I never pull into anyone's driveway. All the New Yorkers are saying we do the same thing in New York. Some people pull into driveways, others don't. Somebody says we don't do that in New Jersey. Not a fan of anyone pulling in my driveway. Florida don't play that. I live in Mississippi and we live by that. Wow. Isn't that sad that it's still like that and it's 2026? And I learned that lesson back because, like I said, it had to be like maybe 2005 at the time, 2006. And it's still like that over 10 years later. Yeah. Miss Nurse says, I'm in Tennessee and I learned that at 16. Yeah. I never knew that. I live in Georgia and it's been like that all my life. I'd rather deal with an overt racist than a covert racist. Yeah, in Minnesota, like I said, it's just normal. Hell, I pulled into somebody's driveway the other day. Like, damn, wrong turn. You know what I mean? Because it's just normal. It's not a thing up here like that. You know what I'm saying? And the self-defense laws here are very different than the South. A lot of y'all somebody comes in your driveway, y'all can start shooting. It's not like that up here. You can't just, come out your home and be shooting like crazy. So we had different laws up here. But yeah, people do it all the time. Shit. People pull in my driveway. I mean, I have cameras everywhere, but, they pull in and I just look at the cameras and then they pull out, reverse. I'm not coming out blasting. But yeah, it's very real. It's very real. So thank you for that, D-Drop. Yeah, those southern towns, those sundown towns are still very active. A lot of truckers will tell you too. I know I have a lot of trucker friends. And they say when they're driving, depending on where they're at, the state that they're in, they kind of map it out to make sure that they're out of certain cities and areas before it gets dark, because they don't want to get caught in certain areas. So it's real for a lot of truckers, especially black truckers. Yeah. So all these folks saying, racism's dead and gone and it's 2026. No, it's not. Let's see here. Sequoia Freeman, Sim 499 says, I believe a lot of people forget about Trump's first round. All the supremacists came out openly. My uncle was a victim of a hanging in modern day. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. That's disturbing. Hi, Pantra sent $2, says, I watch you when I go to the gym or to work. That's awesome. Thank you. Miss J says, I wonder what Barack Obama said to him in that letter he gave him that has him in his feelings. Who knows? It'd be interesting to see, though. Let's see here. Movom 3237 sent $20, says, I ain't forgot about them files though. These victims need justice. this is going to be a long fight. They will try and distract us in any way they can with rage bait. I agree. And the crazy thing with the files, they said Ghislaine is out here in a minimum security prison, living her best life. They said she got a puppy dog and some more shit. Let me pull this up here. They said she's living her best life.
Country Club. Remember, she was transferred here after meeting with Trump's Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and basically saying that he did nothing wrong in front of her and that he was nothing but a gentleman. I guess this is what accountability looks like when you're rich, connected, and pretty useful to the people in power. For a little bit of a comparison, here's some video of her at the previous prison she was at. As you can tell, looks about right. Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted for her role in one of the largest trafficking operations in modern human history. The first facility she was being held at looks like a place where somebody convicted of crimes this severe would be held. But after meeting with Todd Blanche and praising Donald Trump, saying that she never saw him do anything wrong in front of her, suddenly she's moved to this brand new fancy facility. Now I guess she's able to go walking around outside in plain clothes, obviously living in conditions that do not match the severity of her crimes at all. Multiple inmates have even said that she gets special treatment here. This is not standard procedure, this is not normal, and it's only happening because of Donald Trump. New footage shows Ghislaine Maxwell taking a stroll on a nice sunny day at her brand new minimum security prison that's been described as being similar to a country club. Remember, she was transferred here after meeting with Trump's Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and basically saying that he did nothing wrong in front of her and that he was nothing but a gentleman. I guess this is what accountability looks like when you're rich.
Do y'all see this bad built bitch living her best life? You can't make this shit up. That's why I say I feel like them posting that meme. you got to see the play for the underlay. They post the meme, distract, get people angry. They probably knew that video was coming out. She's literally walking with an umbrella. Where did you get an umbrella from? First of all, let's start there. This bitch is literally walking with an umbrella, okay? Making sure that she's shaded from the sun. They done gave this bitch a puppy dog. Why? She couldn't even take care of human children. Why is she allowed to have a dog? At this point, I don't even believe that she's there full time. How do we know that she's not even, at night, they just let her, go stay in a hotel room and then she flies back during the day? This is insane. This is somebody who's accused of trafficking hundreds of young girls and boys. She's in a minimum security prison, walking the grounds with an umbrella, looking like a bootleg Mary Poppins with a puppy under her arm. So again, like I tell y'all, it is not about race as much as it is about class and money. So thank you, sis. Yeah. We ain't forgot about them files. And another thing too, speaking of the files, does anybody find it interesting that that lady's mama is missing? The news lady? I forget her name, child. Y'all gonna have to write anything. Her name just escaped me. It was a lady that was interviewing all the Epstein people. And now can't nobody find her mom. Well, I'm not Googling. News lady with the missing mom. I can't think. Her name just escaped me. Nancy Guthrie. That's her name. Have y'all been keeping up with this Nancy Guthrie story? Savannah Guthrie. Savannah Guthrie's mom. Nancy Guthrie is the mother of Savannah Guthrie. This ain't normal. Looks like one of the neighbors is talking. Hold on. I want to hear what the neighbor got to say. Okay, hold up. Okay, y'all been keeping up with it? Okay. Because when I first seen her, because yeah, I don't, child, people's names be escaping me. But when I seen the lady and she was talking about her mom was missing, and they were talking about her mom was missing, and I said, this lady looks familiar to me. And then when I thought about it, I said, that was the lady that was interviewing Virginia Dufresne and a bunch of the Epstein victims. She was also the same lady. Remember, she had confronted Bill Gates and was like, hey, you're in the Epstein files. What's up with that? She's one of the first ones to confront Bill Gates. So, when the whole Epstein thing was leaked last weekend, last Friday, people put in her name. Now, ever since her mama has been missing, people went and ran her name. Do you know Jeffrey Epstein was talking about that lady? And they were pissed off that she was interviewing Virginia Dufresne and Bill Gates, and that she kept talking about the Epstein files, and now her mama's missing. Let me share my screen. So I guess they said the neighbor got something to say. I want to hear this. But yeah, Savannah Guthrie's mom is still missing. Police share new details. Let me see what the neighbor got to say.
Anything up here, I've been up here 25 years in the neighborhood. It's been really quiet and really peaceful. It's very unsettling. I mean, I know it has scared the crap out of people that live around here. I mean, I could stand a few feet away from you and barely make out your silhouette. And it gets pitch black dark, very, very dark out here. Because there's no lights out here other than the lights around people's yards, but that's not much light. So it's going to be hard for like a doorbell to bring to pick up a vehicle that was, getting away from the scene. It's gonna be very hard. Pick up a license plate or anything, especially if they didn't turn on their lights.
This is Cameron Guthrie.
Oh, okay. Let's see what this person got to say.
I'm speaking for the Guthrie family. Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
Right now, we believe Nancy is still out there.
Hi, we're outside the Pima County Sheriff's Department. They just held a news conference giving us the latest on the Nancy Guthrie disappearance.
They got music playing. Y'all know I can't stand when people play music in the background. But I'm sorry, something is not cleaning the buttermilk with that story. She's a great journalist. And she's one of the few journalists that was not afraid to give these women a platform. Since, I believe she really started going heavy, around 2018, 2019, interviewing a lot of the victims, giving them a platform to share their stories. And now, all of a sudden, her mama is missing. And when people did a search for her name, it came up in the Epstein files. So I feel horrible for her. It's sad. I'm just looking at something else here. Let me see if I have it. If I have a video. Is this the video? Okay, I'm going to play y'all a small snippet of her on the Today Show. Now, this was back in 2019. Of just, hold on. Maybe not that one. Hold on. I'm gonna play this one. Hold on. A lot of people are starting to put two and two together on social media. So we're going to play this clip instead.
Coincidence that Savannah Guthrie interviewed Virginia Giuffre and other Epstein victims. Her mom has gone missing and she's in the Epstein drop, the recent one. Yeah, they were watching her. She's mentioned 9 times. Savannah's interview with victims is mentioned multiple times in the Epstein files. Here we read, she's done another interview with blank. And my guess this redacted blank over here is Virginia Giuffre, who allegedly committed suicide. Plan to air it on the Today Show and Friday's Dateline. And here is that Dateline interview with Virginia Giuffre conducted by Savannah. And Savannah's mom goes missing 2 days after these files drop. It's now being reported that Savannah Guthrie's mom's pacemaker stopped syncing with her Apple Watch. Back to the email. It says, she said the following. She said she was interviewed by FBI in 2011. By a redacted name. In the interview, she gave the names of all the girls she helped to traffic. She was also interviewed by SDNY. And 2 other women also tell DOJ that Epstein specifically trafficked them to, quote, other men. There are cameras in the NYC house and others where he could watch people in bathrooms and elsewhere. Heart goes out to Savannah. I can't imagine what she's going through. Signs of forced entry and kidnapping have been reported. Reward is being offered for info leading to an arrest. Do we think there was foul?
All right. So y'all see that. A lot of people are starting to put 2 and 2 together with this situation. So, Movam, you're definitely right. It's a distraction to something. And then he came out recently and said that they're going to, put in a lot of effort to help find her mom and all this other stuff. So it's scary, the things that are going on in plain sight. Let's see here. Crystal Monique 5657 cent 499 says Joe Rogan happens to have a biracial bonus daughter. Wondering the conversations going on at home. Yeah, I know. I forgot the biracial daughter. I know he has one. I forgot who's the mother. Let me Google real quick. I found out about that. I think like a year ago. Yeah, his biracial stepdaughter. Yeah, Kasia Rose with his daughter, with his wife, Jessica, the late H-Town singer. Dino, that's who her dad is. Dino from H-Town. I couldn't think of who her father was. See, I remember H-Town, all y'all 90s kids. Somebody rockin', knockin' the boots. Okay, so Dino from H-Town, his daughter, he had a daughter with a white woman named Jessica. That is Joe Rogan's wife, okay? So, girl, Krista, you're not lying. I wonder what them conversations are. His biracial daughter is not Eazy-E's daughter. Y'all stop. Dino, not Eazy-E. Okay? Somebody said it's one of Eazy-E's daughters. No, Dino. Y'all just be in the chat making up shit. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me show y'all the receipts. Y'all are funny. That's Dino's daughter. And this is Joe Rogan's wife. Okay? So that's his stepdaughter. I think Joe Rogan has 2 younger daughters with the wife. So. Now clock that. Somebody said H-Town and the Joe Rogan being in the same sentence is crazy work. It is. Because Dino died, right? If I'm not mistaken. Should be hard to keep up. I think he did. Yeah, he died. Oh, damn, he died a long time ago. Shit. Oh, damn. I knew he died, but I didn't think he died in 2003. Damn, that was a long time ago. But he was fine. Who remembers Dino? Oh, Dino was fine. Okay. Oh, look at me just. Oh, y'all want to see what he looked like? I just was like. Oh, Dino looked like something, honey. This Dino. This is her dad from H-Town. I didn't know he died that long time ago, though. Yeah, Dino was fine. Somebody rocking, knocking their boots. Look at them abs. Rest in peace to Dino. That's sad. But yeah, that's Joe Rogan's stepdaughter's daddy. Mm-hmm. Knick-Knack said, hell, I didn't know that at all. You know y'all gonna find out some new stuff here. Anytime you come to the live stream, you never know what we're gonna talk about. You're gonna find out some stuff. But yeah, that is Joe Rogan's stepdaughter. Is Dino's daughter. Yeah. So thank you for the super chat, sis. Yeah, I wonder what that conversation is like too. Very interesting. Shout out to Dexter Davis. What's up, Dexter? He gifted a membership, so thank you for that. Knick-Knack 9443 sent $5. Says, hey T, been watching you for years. Just wanted to show some love. And my household is a no lovely T slander will prosper place. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the love and support, sis. Isaiah Videos. What's up, Isaiah? He sent $4.99. He says, I just got out of the military in 2019. I saw what was coming during Trump's first bum-ass term. Thank you so much for the super chat, love. Me222 sent $5. Says Obama is smart. He has a Nobel Prize. Trump is an imbecile. Melania slept to the top. Epstein and Trump with the flop film plagiarizes speeches from Michelle. I am Kelly Smith, sent $4.99, says, my mother came to visit me down in South Carolina from D.C., and I had to tell her to not turn in somebody's driveway. They shoot first and ask questions later in South Carolina. Yup. That's exactly what I was taught in the Carolinas. Yeah. Very different in the South. Let's see here. Okay. So, I've been out here for 2 hours. So we got to talk about, let me read the rest of these super chats and we're going to go on to Brorilla. We're going to talk about that. I'm up, so, you know, we just going to sit and chop it up. I'm going to be up for a while, so I'm good. Desiree sent $9.99, says, T, have you ever watched the movie Zeitgeist or remember the website Vigilant Citizens? Back in the day, they used to make fun of conspiracy theorists, but everything is coming to light. I've never seen that movie, but I remember, I don't remember Vigilante Citizens, but I remember Vigilant Citizens. But Vigilant Citizens was all about conspiracy theories. Like they weren't making fun of them. So maybe Vigilante was different, but Vigilant Citizens, because matter of fact, hell, I think I still support them on Patreon. Because I support a lot of conspiracy theorists and truth tellers, you know, like on just different platforms and stuff like that. Just because it's very hard for a lot of them to, like, you know, be monetized on like mainstream platforms. But Vigilant Citizen, I don't know if they even still blog anymore, but they have, because I use a lot of their stuff. Like even when I talk about some of my deep dives, I've used a lot of their research as well. But I've never seen that movie. I had to look more into it. So thank you for the super chat. Malu936675 says, Love you, T. Been watching since 2020. The imagery is deplorable. My grandmother told me about segregation in Oklahoma. This is unnerving and I worry. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think, like I said, a lot of people, especially, young and old, were very bothered by that image. It was unacceptable. Keith B said 999 says, let me send a coin because I'm not a bot. Love you, T. Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate you. Thank you. Kim Moneymaker sent $4.99 says, it was a black trucker on TikTok who tells his story about sundown towns. I forgot his name, but it scares me. Love you, T. Yeah. That's what I was saying. A lot of truckers have to black truckers have to really navigate, especially when they're dealing with southern towns and, even certain towns in the Midwest as well. But known sundown towns, they have to really learn how to navigate and make sure that they get through those towns during the day. So, yeah, it is a very scary experience. Getting Lucky in Kentucky sent $4.99 says, being a black travel nurse, I have been in some of those towns and be the only black person in the whole facility, and they are always shocked that I'm a nurse. Wow. Well, thank you for your work and your service of taking care of people. I really appreciate that because nurses go hard and we need them. So thank you. Let's see here. Ebby Jiggy sent 2 says, what an upside down world we live in. Shake my head. Thank you for the super chat. Kelly 4653 sent 499 says, off topic T, but can you give us the lip gloss that you're wearing? It's a lovely brown. I love your commentary. Oh, thank you. I know sometimes I'll just stop and put on lip gloss. And I love my browns. So the lipstick I have here is NYX. Shit, they need to give me a damn sponsorship. What color is this? Grind by NYX. Grind. So this is it. But the gloss I put on top of that. Stay Glossy. Rimmel London. What color? Coca by Rimmel. And this was I think $3 on Amazon. So I like my browns, you know what I'm saying? I like my more neutral. I like wearing a red lip too, but I think browns look good. So yeah, those are my 2 brown colors that I like. But yeah, that one was I was really surprised. They were running some type of special on Amazon for $2.99. I was like, oh, it's brown. Anything brown, I'm gonna grab it. And it goes on really well too, so I like it. Will Tube Sim 499 says, I worked for Obama in 2008 and 2012. Michelle's speech showed she was a genius and Barack looked up to her. I know she was the backbone of our government. Well, thank you for your work on the Obama campaign and thank you for the super chat as well. Okay, so let me go ahead here. So let's talk about Brorilla. We're going to get on this situation real quick. Okay. So Brorilla came out and basically stated that Tory Lanez decided to give her $2,500 because, she went on to TMZ, was crying about how, Glorilla needs to help her out. She's obligated. She's obligated to give us money. And then TMZ asked, well, how much money do you want? And she was like, $2,500. So Tory Lanez decided to send her the $2,500. So let me go ahead and show y'all this here. Let me, pull this up. Okay. I think it was this. I'm over here trying to figure out which one I had it on. Hold on. All right, let me just fix this real quick. Okay, so this is what she's showing here. And she's showing the DM between her and Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez DMs her. She said, I didn't want to post this, but your boy heard about my situation all the way in jail. Tory Lanez, thank you. So Tory says, from Tory, if you're actually fucked up and really tripping about 2,500, I'll send it to you, gang. I know how it feels to not have shit while needing it. I hope God blesses you. And so he cashed after $2,500. And then she tells them, tell him thanks. Okay? So she is loving the attention. Okay? The fact that Tory Lanez is in prison and he's sending her money is insane. That wasn't on my bingo card for 2026. I will say that Brorilla, and that's what I'm going to call her moving forward, is a funny individual. And she's definitely taking advantage of the situation. She's on her Facebook page shouting out, tax repair people. And, she's doing promos now. So now she's starting to get like a little bag for her antics. But for those who want to understand why Glorilla is not doing anything for her, the situation goes deep. And I don't blame Glorilla. Something about this sister to me is not trustworthy. So the younger siblings came out and they blasted Brorilla, the two younger siblings that live with Glorilla. And they're basically going off about the situation. So I'm going to play that. We're not going to listen to the whole thing. But they kind of, they wanted to kind of share their side. Because their video is like over an hour long. I just found a shorter snippet. We're not going to watch a whole hour long of their video. But we will watch a little bit of it. But they start going in on Brorilla and her shenanigans. And basically saying that a lot of the stuff that she was saying about their mom and about Glorilla was a lie.
On the retirement shit, I don't know. Where should I begin? First of all,
our mama straight.
Victoria.
Our mama straight. Like, I think you start like our mama straight. Like, she ain't hurting for shit. Like, Gloria dropped come on, bro. Gloria dropped the $500,000 off to her. Like, she needs to cut that shit out right now.
Nah, for real. She got her a house. She got her 2 cars, and then she did the same. That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. And then she got a house and 2 cars and shit like that. And she fuck with the people that fuck with her. Told you wasn't even with us most of our lives. You was in and out of foster care.
Yeah, because you was lying on our mama and shit. Our mama wasn't doing half the shit you was saying she was doing us, bro. Got folks thinking our mama just beating on us, bro. Our mama was not doing all the shit you was saying she was doing, bro. That's some whole shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you on some real whole shit, bro.
Like, she really lost her jobs. All the jobs that she had, she lost them because she was too busy trying to get clout off of Gloria and be like, oh, she my sister, lame ass bitch.
But she was putting straps on Gloria, setting up in studios and shit. You ain't talking about shit you was doing to her though, bro. On some real hoe shit.
Nobody won't even, like, bro, I wouldn't give her the shirt off my back how, like, bad this bitch was moving. This bitch moved like a bitch on the street. This bitch been moving like this way before the shit even started.
Been setting niggas up, all type of shit. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, stop acting like you, bro. Come on, bro. Stop this shit, bro. Stop it, bro.
You are not gangster and you are not hard, and none of them people with you ain't gangster or hard either. They start folding, man.
They gonna rob you and how you, bro. Tory, you fucking up, bro. You finna end up, you know what I'm saying, in a truck somewhere stabbed to death or some shit. Like, bro, stop doing this shit, bro. Like,
nah, for
they ain't
real.
fucking with you, bro. Like, bro, you trying to get on by slandering your own family, bro. This your foreman and shit. Bo was there, bro, so you can't say nothing about her fucking with them, bro. If she want to fuck them, she can fuck with them. Because they was there and she was having to go on. Bro, she was performing in clubs and wasn't that many folks there. I remember them folks being there, bro. You on some hating shit. Like, she can fuck. Bro, you was laughing at her. You and I in the group chat talking about she ain't gonna make it and shit.
She had talking about performing at barbecues and shit like that.
Yeah, used to make fun of her performing in fucking schools and shit, bro. She was, bro, I can remember, bro, Gloria came up working hard, bro. She real deal was on that rap and shit. She was working for this shit, bro. It's fucked up you think she owe you something you wasn't doing shit.
No, for real, like, she always talk about what you want to do in life. Like, the fuck, she don't have us doing nothing, and she not finna give us for not doing shit either, bitch. Like, the fuck?
Gloria fucking with niggas, bro. Gloria, like, bro, Gloria buying niggas equipment to make beats, all type of shit. Gloria got niggas in the studio trying to put niggas on, trying to get on their beats and shit, bro. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. You don't know, because niggas don't fuck with you because you a snake.
In and out of foster care. Like, how in the fuck are you gonna speak on some shit that you wasn't even there for? You wasn't even there half of our lives. You were the misery that you are. Misery love company, and you a miserable ass bitch.
You run around, bro. You run around, bro. Stop trying to act like, bro, you was going in and out for the shit you talking about. You heard about this shit. You weren't there when we was struggling. You was at Uncle Johnny's house living it up wearing J's and shit. We was still fucking wearing Walmart shoes and shit.
She got kicked out of foster care because she stole TV dinner with a bum ass. She been a bum, and she will always be a bum. The fuck?
Yeah, bro. And then you with the same person that wrote a 2-page, bro. The bitch fucking snitched on you, made you do 2 years in prison, bro.
And then they were trying to steal a phone from a 15-year-old girl. Tory was 18. You was 18 pulling
Tory,
that
you
bullshit.
been doing slime and shit, bro. You can't get megs, and nigga don't want to be around a motherfucker that's slimy, bro. And you brought this shit to the internet, bro. Like, you could have left this shit, bro. Niggas wasn't even on that shit, bro. Like, you bring this shit to the internet. Like, I don't understand this shit, bro. And like, you doing it to Gloria, and Gloria ain't did shit to you, bro. Gloria was spurring you, bro. Gloria got niggas off your ass. You forgot about that?
Yeah, she got her ass shot like somebody trying to shoot at her because she got on some bullshit with her girlfriend. Because like I said, you can look this shit up. This is public record. She literally got records of DV on her shit.
And then, bro, you bringing up our dad and our mom, bro. Fool. Gloria was dropping bank on them folks. Gave our mama $500,000.
And bought her motherfucking house. Like,
hold on, beans. The fuck is you talking about, bro?
Her mama chose to work because she ain't want to stay cooped up in the motherfucking house. She didn't want to do this shit, so she decided
Bro,
to work.
just because other motherfuckers want to get something for themselves and don't want to sit around and just let somebody continue to get, let somebody keep giving them shit, don't mean that you know what I'm saying, that they got to be on shit. You want to sit around and let somebody give you money and shit. Our mom get out there and work her job and shit. If she want to get a job, fuck it. But she ain't got to worry about shit. Bruh. We ain't never had shit in Gloria putting niggas in houses, bro. Gloria putting niggas in cars, bro. Benzes. Come on, bro. Our mama house is a mansion, basically, bro. And we came from shit.
Nothing.
And I don't think you had to do, bro. Gloria wanna fuck with you. That's the crazy part. We was just talking about it.
Everything, like, you kept trying to bug her and be like, hey, like, boy, you trying to give you some money, even though the fuck shit you did to her, she still
bro,
because
you asked Gloria for some money. Gloria 50 City, you came, bro, you said you wanted like 8,000, like everybody in the city recruit 8,000. How you gonna beg somebody then tell them what to send you?
And then that person don't even fuck with you, so how the fuck can you even sit there? That person don't even fuck with you like that. You better be glad that they even got mercy and giving you anything, bitch.
Bruh, then, bruh, the time you got the chopper took. You said you wanted Gloria to do life in prison, bruh. You put a chopper on Gloria. Like, bruh, come on, bruh. You been doing crazy shit when Gloria still was fucking with you, bruh. Back then, Gloria used to be fucking with you and shit. I used to be like, bro, why you fucking with shit? Like, bro, that's my sister, bro. I can't never stop fucking with her, bro. Even though she do crazy shit, I'm gonna keep fucking with her. And Gloria like that with everybody, bro. But folks want to be snakes and shit and talk about it like she don't be doing shit, bro. She do everything to people that don't snake out, bro. She crazy.
Know that, and then she playing it.
Okay, so y'all just heard that. We're not gonna watch the full thing. Like I said, they go in and they're basically defending Glorilla for like over an hour. So those are the two younger siblings that live with Glorilla. And so what they're saying about Gloria is not a lie. I'm not Gloria, excuse me, Victoria Brorilla is not a lie. Because now there are receipts that have come out basically showing what this girl did. She was terrorizing Glorilla. This is all stemming behind a bunch of jealousy. And I called it out yesterday. I could tell what it was. It was a narcissistic breakdown, self-entitlement, and jealousy. So this is the mugshot of Brorilla back when she was a female. So this picture is funny. So we go ahead and pull this up here. Hold on. Put it on. Hold up. So that's Brorilla. In her feminine glory with the mugshot. And what is very interesting is the story behind this mugshot is the fact that she pulled out a gun and tried to attack Glorilla, her younger sister. Now, she didn't mention that in that hour-long rant that she did the other day. So we have the receipts here. We're going to go ahead and pull them up. This is the affidavit. Give me just a second here. I'm going to try and read it. I got to put on my little cheetah glasses. They're like from Walmart. They magnify stuff for me because this is really little print and I'm not trying to stretch my eyes out. Okay. Do I look cute with my little glasses on? Look like a little sexy nerd. Okay, so I got to put on my little cheetah glasses, child. Okay? The older you get, everything is just like, oh. All right, I can read this. So let's start with this. This was May 29th of 2015, and this is what they're saying. The Criminal Court of Shelby County in Tennessee, one Victoria Ann Woods, age 19, female, whose last known address is 3278 Don Drive in Memphis, did unlawfully commit the offense of domestic assault. Okay? The essential facts constituting said the offense and the source of the officiant's information are as follows. On May 29th of 2015 at 21:05 hours, Officer R. Shannon responded to an armed party located at said address. Complaint Olivia Woods advised that her juvenile daughter victim, Gloria Woods, aka Glorilla, called her and stated that her sister, the suspect, Victoria Woods, was making threats to harm her with a gun. The victim advised the suspect grabbed her and began to snatch her by her clothing in a threatening manner. The victim advised the suspect told her to shut up before I shoot you. The victim advised the weapon wasn't pointed at her, only threats were made. Officers made the scene and the suspect willingly admitted that she had a gun and stated it wasn't inside the hotel room. The suspect stated that the gun was hidden outside near the parking lot. Officers located a .25 caliber Ravens arm model inside a broken fence in a wooded area near the parking lot. Officer Murphy completed and signed a DV hold harmless form due to the victim being illiterate. Damn. Officer D. Thompson tagged the gun at 201 Popular Party and evidence along with DV. The suspect was transported to jail for domestic assault. And everything is signed. Now with my little glasses, I have to get that tea, bitch. Glasses and all, we gonna get the tea, okay? Even though I gotta throw on my glasses. Okay. I just wear them when I have to read stuff close up. So it sounds to me like Big Sister is definitely jealous of the little sister, okay? For her to go out her way to throw Glorilla under the bus and go off the way she did, I told y'all yesterday, even though she is funny, don't get me wrong, okay? The girl is hilarious, but you could have got on using your comedy, using your wit. You decide to get on by trying to throw your sister under the bus, and I can't respect that, okay? And then the fact that you're trying to play victim and say that she's obligated, probably the reason why she's not helping you in the manner that you wish that she was helping you is because when she was a minor, you put a gun to her fucking head and threatened to shoot her. And like they say all the time, blood doesn't necessarily make you family just because you're blood. People are going to be loyal to those who are loyal to them and who treat them well. And obviously the girls that Glorilla surrounds herself with, like TZ and the other girl, I forget her real name, but the one that she was making fun of, the dark-skinned girl, those are some of Glorilla's best friends. They are her backup dancers. They get a bag together. They've been there for Glorilla when Glorilla was homeless and she was sleeping on TZ's couch. Those were the girls who were there for her. It was not Brorilla. So, like I said, what she was doing yesterday was a narcissistic meltdown. And all those people around her who were instigating that mess, those were her flying monkeys. And she's doing this to come up. So now what's very interesting about that is that Finesse 2 Times was calling her out. As we all know, Finesse 2 Times has had his own issues with his own family, always begging and wanting stuff. So he went off on Brorilla. And then Brorilla went off on him. So let's go ahead and watch what Finesse 2 Times had to say about the situation. He's another character. I swear, he's a mess. Let me pull this up here. All right, let me just kind of fix this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and listen to what Finesse 2 Times had to say about Brorilla.
Telling me about some motherfucking Glorilla sister. Fuck that bitch. I don't give a fuck. Do you think I give a fuck about a motherfucking bitch with tattoos in their face? Do you think I give a fuck? Huh?
Objection. We're not going to judge a female for having tattoos on their face when you have a tattoo on yours. Okay? Sir, let's just get to the point. Because, child, y'all look like twins.
Man, slap that bitch to the floor. That whole dead wrong. It's just that simple, man. You don't go to the internet and talk about your folk like that because you ain't got no motherfucking in me hustle. Get up off your ass. Sell some ass. Sell some dick. Go to the nearest street. Every motherfucking city. I don't give a fuck how big, how small it is. It got a motherfucking truck stop. And they got something called light lizards. Become one. Motherfucker.
What?
Quit basing your motherfucking future off the next motherfucker success, bitch. And I ain't through with you. I just want them to hear this motherfucking me unreleased. But I ain't through with your motherfucking ass, bitch. Cause you remind me of motherfucking my cousin them, bitch. Shut the fuck up. All this fucking whining, bitch. And go get you some motherfucking money, bitch. Go do a drive-by. Go kill somebody. Go take a hit on GTA. Go do something. Go fucking wash some cars.
Okay, we're not. What the? I don't know why I thought he was gonna get some decent advice. Did he just say go do a drive-by and go do it, pull a hit? Did you just tell her go be a hitman for a bag to go sell some peen and puss? Objection! What the fuck? What kind of grabby ass advice is that? I'm scared to let the whole 3 minutes play. What else? What other advice are you gonna give her? Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that type of advice. I thought he was gonna say, Walmart is always hiring, McDonald's. He said, go sell some puss and peen and go do a drive-by, bitch. In GTA. Oh my gosh, let's finish listening.
Go fucking, you don't want to sell no ass? Well, shake it. Drop it. Well, fucking wiggle that motherfucker. Go to Hooters. Go to motherfucking me Sonic or something, bitch. What the fuck is your time out? Go somewhere, put a motherfucking wig on your head, like the rest of these hoes. Put some makeup over them ugly ass tattoos. And gonna be a motherfucking waitress at motherfucking IHOP or something, bitch. And get you some motherfucking tips. Say your tips. Get on the motherfucking matter bus every day and go back and forth to work, bitch. And when you get your tax money, you already a motherfucking stud. So goddamn what you do is, it's easy for you to go get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fat bitches. And you take them same fat hoes. You go get and you go lick on all of them, bitch, up and down from the ruler to the tutor, bitch. And you ask all of them for $1,000.
Is he okay? Like, what? I've never paid this man no attention when he's come up on my timeline. Like, I didn't. Is he all right? He's all in the camera, all close. Oh my gosh, his advice is insane.
All them you got 10 fat bitches, man. Can give you $1,000. You up a 10. Plus what you been saving, then you a bitch, so you get taxes, bitch. Now you got your guy at damn me 14, 15,000. Bitch, it's time for you to sell you some drugs or something, bitch. Go invest in you a house. Go do something with your motherfucking life instead of blaming it on the next motherfucker, bitch. You ain't no love.
Okay. Not him telling her to be a lot lizard. He done told her to be a hitman, a lot lizard, get with 5 to 10 fat bitches, get $1,000 a piece for him. He's a mess. I was not expecting that. He is a mess. Oh my gosh. Okay. He's a trip. So, after he went in on her, Brorilla released this video right before I went live. So I haven't watched any of this. Brorilla is not responding back to Finesse tutors. Oh my gosh. You can't make this up. Okay. She's responding back. Hold on real quick. Oh my gosh. You can't make this shit up. Let me fix this here. Give me just a second. Because I can't wait to see what the hell she got to damn say. He is funny. Okay. So it says here, you want to keep talking on Twitch, bitch? I be trying to let shit die, but can't even do my interviews in peace. Now I'm finna go live. You want to get a check off me? I'm finna get one off your big hip ass. You a whole grown ass man. Go do a GoFundMe and get your gal out of, well, and get your girl out, ho. Okay, all right. Let's just let the video play.
You can't get mad at me that every label drop you, bitch. But if you want to go there, we can go there. Cause you ain't hitting no shit, bro. You only spread about 5,000 to 6,000, ho. We in the same boat too, really, to be honest. Now, Finesse, you want to sit here and talk about me selling ass, but you the one got the biggest booty. And you the one got the tummy tuck. Ho, you the one over there looking like a coke bottle, bitch. You need to go sell some ass and get sugar out of jail, ho. Keep me up your motherfucking mentions. Ho, you can't get mad at me that every label drop you, bitch. But if you want to go there, we can go there. Cause you ain't hitting no shit, bro. You only spread about 5,000 to 6,000, ho. We in the same boat too, really, to be honest. Not Finesse.
Oh my gosh. Bruh. She's a trip. There's another video of her here too. Let me see. She had a few more things to say.
You always work a good job. That's what I'm saying, though. Bro, millionaire, bro. And y'all was calling talking about why you say 2,500? Cause that's the least she could give. You said 2 million. I said get 2,500. Cause you know what? I can make the dope stretch. That's why. Give me 2,500. Let me get 2 bowls to show you how I make the dope stretch. That's why, ho. 2,500. Hell yeah.
I can teach from this. The cup costs 2,000.
Come on now. 2,500. We gonna make the dope stretch. Fuck, all I need is 25. Then Muriel gonna allow you always work a good job. That's what I'm saying, though. I got some for Finesse fat ass too on this bitch, cause I'm coming for you too, ho. Don't say my name, ho. And I get what, ho. I'm finna go make a song with no love, ho. Since you wanna, bitch, you big thighs ass, ho. Why is you worried about me? It's already bad enough folks saying you look like me. That's why the label drop you, ho. Let's talk about it, Finesse. Stop posting about me. Fat thighs ass, ho. Ho,
I'm done. She called him a fat thighs hoe. I'm done. That's enough internet for me for the night. That. Oh my God. Her and Finesse, that is too much. Too much. At this point, like I said, Brorilla needs to get into comedy. She needs to find her own lane and stop trying to ride Glorilla's coattails. Let Glow do her thing. Let Glow receive her blessings, okay? Because all of this is insane. All of this came about because you're mad at your sister for not, you know what I'm saying, doing for you in the way that you feel like she should do for you. But I'm going to watch her live because they said she did like a 40-minute live. I'm going to watch her live. I'm going to do my reaction. And when I do it, it'll be on Spotify. So for y'all who want to see it, I'll put like maybe a few snippets on YouTube, and then y'all can go to Spotify and watch it. Because I had to react to her lives, because she's funny. She's funny. She definitely got some issues, but she is funny. But I agree wholeheartedly with Glorilla not even paying her no attention and Glorilla not helping her. Let her figure out her own way. You know, I don't think Glorilla owes her anything. Sibling or not, you put a gun to her head, you try to threaten to shoot her, I wouldn't give you shit either. Especially if you did not believe in her, like the younger siblings were saying. She didn't believe in Glorilla. Kept saying that Glorilla wasn't going to be, you know, anything outside of being a local rapper. And now she's a, you know, worldwide phenomenon. And I think what it is it's eating her up. Because you didn't support her. And now you see your baby sister doing her thing. You know? And I like Glow. I've always liked Glow. I think out of all the rap girls, to be honest with you, she's probably one of my favorites. She's unproblematic. She low-key keeps to herself. You know, she'll make her little content and keep it moving. She really tried the hardest to bring a lot of the people that really fuck with her, the ones that she started with, to bring them along with her. You know? She made a lot of, like, her homegirls that were in that video, the initial video that went viral, Fuck Nigga Free. She ended up making positions for them. Backup dancers, hairstylists, makeup artists, things like that, so that way they could eat too. And unfortunately, a lot of the girls, the other rappers, you know, Gloss Up, and who was the other one? Slim Roni. You know, a lot of people feel like Glorilla should be able to do more for them and give them a handout. It's not about that. If you want it, you got to get up there and get it. I don't think as far as like the rap girlies, you know, they were all talented, all of them, that whole little Memphis crew, but they got to get up and go do their thing. Glorilla can only do so much. So I just don't like the fact, like, you know, her sister's doing all this, because Glow don't really be in a whole lot of controversy like that. And I don't even like the fact that Meg's, whatever, the horses, the hotties, whatever they're called, they stay coming at Glow saying that, oh, Glow's trying to be like Megan. She's copying her style. Everything that Meg does, Glow does. Meg is dating a basketball player. Now Glow has a basketball player. Glow ain't thinking about no damn Megan. I do believe something happened with their relationship behind the scenes. I do feel like they're not close like they once were. And Meg felt the way because Glow, you know, retweeted Tory Lanez or some shit like that. Who knows? Who cares? But I've noticed it's, you know, her crew is always going at Glow. And my thing is, at the end of the day, I don't care who dated the basketball player first. Glow went about it the right way, child. Think about all these other rap girlies. Glow ain't out here she's not nobody's baby mama. And didn't Brandon propose to her? He's not her fiance. She about to get married. He's doing his thing. He's not attached to a bunch of muck. I've never known her to fuck her best friend's man. So, yeah, I'm Team Glow all day. Clock that. To me, she's unproblematic. Now, she did chop her nose in half, but I knew that was going to come. That's the industry. That's the pressure. When she had the bell pepper nose, everybody called it a big nose, a bell pepper nose clownter. Then she got it fixed. Now the internet is mad. So, like, that's why I said with the internet, you can't win. When she was skinny, she's too skinny. Now she's getting thick, you're getting fat. You can't win with the internet. So I love the fact that she's doing what she wants to do, and she's ignoring this sister. Because she is one of the few females that I've seen really put people who came up with her in positions. When you see her in music videos, a lot of them girls in the music videos are her friends that she came up with. Just because you don't see her siblings there, that's besides the point. I think she's the type of person, if you was with me when I was like struggling and trying to like really do this rap shit, I'm gonna look out for you. I think that's been her mentality. And sometimes, honestly, your biggest ops can sometimes be your family. A lot of times, the people's closest to you, right, will see you trying to start a business or social media, just whatever, and they don't really get on board. They don't get it. They don't understand it. They feel like, you know, you family, I know you, I could just call you. But it isn't until they see strangers getting on board with you that now it's like, well, damn, now let me jump on board too. So I think that's the situation. These folks weren't really supporting her like that when she was on her come up in her grind. Especially this particular sister kept saying, you just gonna be local, nobody cares about you. And her homegirls, in that first initial video that went viral, a lot of them are the same people that she brought along with her. Now, if her family had been in the videos and been supporting her and all that stuff, then maybe she'd have all 10 siblings. But I do believe that she looks out for her siblings in the way that she can. But I wouldn't disagree with her for not looking out for this particular sibling, because this particular sibling is entitled and violent. I wouldn't give her a red cent. And for people asking, you know, what did Meg and them do? Y'all don't be on Stan Twitter. They stay harassing that. Everything Glorilla does, she's biting Meg. Glorilla goes to China. She's trying to be like Meg. Like, just stop at this point. We don't care. Y'all say y'all want the female rappers to do their thing, and then y'all in the same breath find a way to tear apart the female rappers and create beef. It'd be the fandoms. It'd be the fandoms. Let me pull receipts since y'all think I'm just playing. Brorilla is copying Meg. Which is crazy because they were all friends at one point in time. Here goes like one of the tweets here. It's on, all this is on Stan Twitter. I mean, y'all can do y'all's own research, but here's like just one of the tweets here. So, hold on. Okay. So this person says, Glorilla stylist / best friend just posted this. Ben told y'all they was kikiing about Meg a long time ago. Then they wrote, y'all hottie hoes weird. Lace streams. Buy all y'all's bitch music. Y'all don't do shit but help a bitch argue. Overly pathetic. This beef has been going on for a while if you're on Stan Twitter. With the hotties, and I don't know what a Glorilla's people's called. I don't know. Glowworms. I don't know what y'all call yourselves. But they've been going back and forth with this whole thing that Glorilla is copying Meg. Anytime the girl breathes, you know, and then when she got her basketball player, she's copying Meg. So Meg is the only one allowed to date a basketball player. And I like Meg and Klay Thompson together. I said that a few streams ago. I think Klay is very good for Meg. I think he treats her the way that she should have been treated. You know? So I definitely like Klay and Megan together. But it's okay to be happy for Glorilla's relationship with Brandon Ingram as well. What y'all call the glowworms, the glow sticks? I don't I don't know what Glorilla's fan base is called, child. But yeah, I think her sister's doing too much. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Somebody said the glow writers. I don't know what it is, child. Yeah, I remember them damn glowworms from back in the day. Like you give them to kids, like when they go to bed and the face lights up. My baby had one of them little glowworms. They were cute. Somebody said maybe they're the soul glows. Just let your soul glow. Y'all are too funny. But yeah, now I like her. I just think she's unproblematic. But one thing I will say is this, all jokes aside, one thing that does worry me is that I remember this past summer, somebody broke into Glorilla's house. She had a break-in. An intruder broke into her home while she was out of town. And whoever was at her home, I think it was security, because she has her younger siblings living there too. They shot at the intruder, and the intruder got away. And Glorilla ended up getting arrested because they found a bunch of weed at her house. So, I don't know if y'all remember this. And now I'm thinking it might have been the sister. Now that we know that there was receipts of her trying to harm Glow, maybe it was the sister who did it. But this happened 6 months ago. Who remembers this story? Because she ended up getting arrested and everything. Okay, let me go ahead and play this real quick.
Is responding to her arrest in Forsyth County. Deputies charged the rapper with felony drug possession after responding to her home because of a burglary call. Now, Glorilla, whose real name is Gloria Woods, turned herself into the Forsyth County Jail on Tuesday. The sheriff's office says 3 suspects broke into her home over the weekend. The suspects got away. However, authorities charged Woods after they say they found marijuana in her master bedroom closet. Now, she posted it on X. She says Woods, she actually confirms that she was not home at the time of the burglary, saying that she was in Indianapolis performing for the WNBA All-Star game. And then she goes on to say, long story short, my house gets home invaded and I'm the one that gets arrested. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office saying in its own statement, the homeowner is a victim of a serious crime and we are committed to bringing the suspects to justice. At the same time, we must continue to uphold and enforce the law in all aspects of this case.
So y'all just watch that. So now I'm sitting here thinking like they never caught the intruders. It was 3 of them. How we don't know that, you know, it could have been Brorilla and 2 of her stud friends. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows? So she wasn't able to get in there and get some stuff because whoever Glorilla had in there shooting at them when they tried to break in. So now she's trying to go to the internet and create all this chaos. Just some food for thought. Because the more I think about this, like, damn, she had that whole intruder situation. And now this hating ass sister is coming out creating all this chaos. Very disturbing. Yeah, I think they since dropped the charges on that. If I'm, I'm assuming they did. But it's like, how you gonna sit there and yeah, that's funny. Lucy said weed in the closet. Yeah, I thought that was like interesting. Reminded me what that person, that bot wrote. But yeah, it's very interesting that that happened 6 months ago, and then now the sister's just coming out with all this nonsense, Okay, I've been out here for 3 hours. What time is it? Oh, it's about to be midnight. Okay. I think I hit on everything I need to hit on. Oh, there was one more video I'm going to play real quick. I'm going to hit on this real quick. I don't know if you guys have been seeing this video, but it's going viral. It's about P. Diddy. Hold on. I'm going to read a few more super chats before I play this video about... Dang, everybody's like, T, don't leave. It's about to be 12. Y'all not tired? I've been out here for 3 hours. Somebody said 1 more hour. Getting tired. Okay, hold on. I'm going to read these few super chats here. Azore0819 sent $20. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Morgan Hayes 9368 sent $1.99. Thank you so much for the super chat as well. Let's see here. Beyonce's wig said $9.99. Says one thing about people in Memphis, they gonna say bruh and man and food at least 30 times in the same sentence. I've noticed that. I love a Memphis accent. So it's been funny, like, listening to, like, Glorilla's siblings, even the youngest ones. I know first people like, oh, this is AI. And I'm like, no, they're saying Maine. This ain't AI. They really from Memphis. So thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. I am Ariane says Clarissa Shields said it best. People want what you have, not what you give. That is the truth. That is the truth. And especially when you're in a position that they want and they feel like they're entitled to it, it is true. You can look out for folks, and for certain people, it's never enough. Glorilla could give that girl $50K, and she'll still feel like Glorilla should have gave her $1 million just because. So yeah, that is true. You got folks who want what you have. Let's see here. Trixie says, T, you always come through with the hottest tea, and I'm definitely sipping slow. Thank you so much. Mindful Beginnings sent $10. Says, looking good, T. Been watching you since I was in high school. I'm 28 now. Getting my master's in school counseling. I'm also an author. Can I send you a copy of my book? Stay safe. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. APS sent $3.49. He says, you're wearing my favorite color, showing love and support from Thailand. Hey, T, you look gorgeous over there. Thank you so much, and thank you for staying up with us tonight. So thank you. Let's see here. Laurel says, hey, T, isn't Brorilla asking Cardi? Remember, Glow and Cardi are actually related? Oh, why isn't Brorilla asking Cardi? I don't know. And I don't even know if they're really related. You know, these celebrities just be saying stuff. Who knows, child? Let's see here. Nia sent $2. Says, T, I've been watching you since 2011. You're an example. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Lucy sent a $9.99 sticker saying thank you. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate you as well. Let's see here. Let me pull up this P. Diddy video and I'm gonna get about it. I'm tired. Okay, so this video is going viral all over social media. This man is saying that he was P. Diddy's blood boy. So all those conspiracies about adrenochrome and these celebrities using young people's blood to make themselves younger and all that stuff, they're not very much conspiracies anymore because people are coming out confirming this stuff. So if you guys have not seen this video, we're going to watch this really quick here. Okay. This is P. Diddy's blood boy.
Hold up, you were Puffy's blood boy?
From 2004 to 2014.
Don't think I'm stupid, but what's a blood boy?
So when somebody parties too hard or isn't living right, they want a fresh blood in their system, right? I didn't drink, smoke weed, I didn't eat any pork, none of that. Diddy saw me and he was like, yo, I got a job for you. He was like, I want that blood. And I was like, whoa. And he drops 10 grand on the table.
10 large.
Yeah. He said, I want a pint of your blood right now.
So that was a one-off, or you
No, that was the beginning. I'm a universal donor. He thought I was special. He called me his lucky little blood boy. Every 3 months, he would fly me down to Miami. And this was the crazy part. He never actually wanted to do it on land. It wasn't legal at that time.
Yeah.
So we would get on a boat and he would take us to what he would call Oconus, outside of the continental United States.
Yeah.
And on his yacht, we would just drain blood. And he would just drain me. Just drain me, dude. Look at him from 2004 to 2014 and tell me if he aged.
Yeah, facts. And he's aging now that he's in prison. He's not all of a sudden Father Time
caught up with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For 9 years, the majority of Puffy was made up with my blood. With my blood. With my blood. With my blood.
All right, hold up. You were...
Again. Allegedly. So that's going viral all over social media. And you notice how old and decrepit Puffy looks. And another thing I found very interesting that stood out to me, he said that at the time, this was done in the middle of the ocean. Who remembers the Ghislaine Maxwell's, what was it, the Terica project? Remember, she had this whole thing where she was trying to start this, it was a nonprofit for her to own the oceans. Hold on, let me pull it up. I talked about it in my water deep dive. The Terramar, that's what it was called. The Terramar project. Because they had a Senate hearing about it. She spoke about it in 2014 at the United Nations. It was supposedly a plan to save the oceans. But nothing ever came of it. Who remembers this? Ghislaine Maxwell, former Marine conversation. Why can't I? My mind just froze. Oh my gosh. They're saying that basically it was a reputation cleanser. The Terramar project didn't pay out any grant money between 2013 and 2017. It seemed to exist more to divert attention from Maxwell's association with Epstein, friends say. I just found it very interesting that he says that all of this so-called blood stuff with Diddy happened in the middle of the ocean. Because if you guys know anything about the ocean and maritime laws, is very different. There's things that can happen in the ocean that are allowed that are not allowed on land. That's why the yacht parties and yachting are so popular. That's why they can throw people overboard at these yacht parties and really nothing happens. They can just say, oh, you were drunk and fell over. What was the deep dive that I did? And I broke down the whole maritime law. And how everything on land connects with the water, the banking systems, how a lot of the things that we use all go back to maritime law. Banks, riverbanks, eBay, bays, Amazon, the Amazon rainforest, the Amazon River, the World Wide Web to use for catching fish, fishing internet scams, plus fishing in the water. Do y'all remember what deep dive, was it the mermaid one? See, I love y'all. Y'all be on it. Thank you. It was the mermaid one. Yes, it was the mermaid deep dive. I've made so many, y'all know. I'm dealing with a lot of head issues, so sometimes my memory comes and goes. But yeah, it was the mermaid deep dive. Remember at the end of the mermaid deep dive, I did a whole breakdown on maritime law and how that's what really runs the world. Yeah, currency is another water acronym. Yep. Cash, liquid assets. Yeah. It goes very deep. So when he said that, no, it wasn't the water deep dive. It was the mermaid one. I might have spoke about it a little bit in the water deep dive, but it was definitely the mermaid one. Because I did I had wrote about it a long time ago on Discord. And then I did a further breakdown in the mermaid deep dive near the end of it. But I don't know. That was just very eerie, like when he said that. Because it's one thing, I mean, Diddy's rich, right? He could just had him in his mansion, had his own little private doctor. Anybody who gives and receives blood, because I volunteer sometimes at the Red Cross. Not me volunteering, but, I volunteer to help out just because, sometimes I need transfusions. So when I can, I'll volunteer and help out people who donate. And we're always looking for, people to donate, especially if you're O, because you're a universal donor. And O blood can help everybody, right? And so if you're O blood, they tend to ask you to come in, if you can, once a month, just for the fact that the blood supply is very, very low in the Twin Cities and in other states. So my thing is, Diddy has enough money, right, to have a doctor come in, put in an IV, get this young man's blood, and then in turn transfuse it into Diddy. And nobody would be none the wiser. But ask yourself why he had to do this in the middle of the ocean. That's the part to me that was like more creepy than the act in itself. When I did the Forever Young deep dive, I forgot who was in there that I talked about, who was doing like these, they were doing like the same thing Diddy was doing. A lot of these millionaires and billionaires getting stem cells and getting, blood transfusions from younger people because they're on this whole chase to like be forever young, to like, to live forever. So what he's doing is nothing new, but it's just very interesting that they felt the need to do it in the ocean. And I just think just the fact that it was done in the ocean in itself is very spiritual. You know, water is a conduit. So what else were they in the middle of the ocean invoking? Yeah, I'm not thinking about Peter Nygaard. Peter Nygaard was sick. He was doing a lot. It wasn't even that deep. Because he was taking like black women's, you know, eggs and all types of weird shit. He was very disturbing. He's a very disturbing character, but it wasn't even like as deep as what Peter Nygaard was doing. Hold on, let me see if I can find. It was the billionaire, and he was like, he started using his like son's blood. I talked about it in the Forever Young deep dive. Yeah, here it is. Brian Johnson. Yep, okay. Y'all wrote it in the chat. Thank you, Jesse. It was Brian Johnson. I had talked about him in the deep dive. And so what he was doing, was testing it out on his 17-year-old. He spent $2 million a year to retain his youth. And he was taking his 17-year-old's blood. Who remembers this? He's a tech mogul, 46-year-old. So I don't think this man is lying at all about Diddy. They've been doing shit like this. Here it is. Tech tycoon who spends $2 million per year to retain youth uses teen son as his blood boy. Now, I don't know what this video is about. Let's see.
And then I finished with HRV training with this puller strap.
Okay, he's weird. They got elevator music playing. But yeah, this is a real thing. So when I tell y'all Diddy is a vampire, now we have proof that he's a literal vampire. You know, once you get to a certain level, you don't, you know, you're worth billions of dollars. They're trying to extend their life. That's what a lot of this stuff is about when you really think about the depravity that's going on. This is people who are trying to live forever. Even when I first heard the song Forever Young, and I understand that it's a remake, but the remake with Jay-Z, I remember when I first heard it, back when it first came out, I got vampiric vibes. It always reminded me of like the vampire movie with Kristen Dunst, Interview with the Vampire. That's what when I hear that song, that's the vibe it always gave me. So now it's like more talked about. It's not scoffed at as much. But I don't think this billionaire is the only one doing this. I think that's what a lot of that stuff in the Epstein files is about. You have a lot of billionaire people who don't want to die. They don't want to age. And they're using these young people in their rituals. Yeah. It's some deep stuff. Yeah, I remember Kim Kardashian doing those vampire facials, and then regular folks tried to do it, and then what happened? People started catching HIV. And then it stopped. And even then, did they make it a HIV scare because they don't want regular people having access to stuff like that? So, yeah. Let's see here. uh, Original girl sent 409. She said, T, I sent you a video of Brorilla getting into a fight with a man on Instagram. I seen that video. I didn't know if it was a man or another stud, but I'm like, that's a tall stud. I figured it was a man. That man whooped her ass and reminded her, you're a woman. I don't think I can play the video. I have seen it, though. I did see it. Gave her a 2-piece combo, calmed her ass the fuck down, and reminded her, I don't care how short your hair is. I don't care how baggy your clothes are. I don't care that you're wearing boxers over panties. You're a woman. Because she tried to swing on him first, and he just, bap, bap, bap. And it was a wrap. The video's on Twitter and on Instagram. I don't want to play it here, but yeah, she got her ass whooped. Miss Virtuous sent $9.99, says, long time tea sipper here. You got me through the pandemic, losing my grandmother, then my mom, all in the same year. Love you. Love you too, and I'm sorry. I send my condolences to you on your mother and your grandmother. I know that has to be hard. Sorry to hear that. Wow. Let's see here. Ebony Vaughn says, did you see Savannah's ransom speech compared to Silence of the Lamb? No, I have not seen the ransom speech yet. I'm going to have to look that up. So thank you for that information. Kelder sent $1.99, says, the movie Him with Mario Winans was this and more. I haven't watched that movie yet. I don't know why I haven't watched it. I think because it was mixed reviews. I have not watched it yet. I'm going to have to check that out. There was a movie that y'all told me to watch. It was really good. It was scary. The kids who all got up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and went outside. What is that movie called again? It was on Netflix. Like all the kids disappeared in the town. Weapons. That's what it's called, Weapons. That was really good. I mean, y'all told me to watch that. I watched it a while ago. I just forgot to talk about it. That was really good. I don't know why I haven't watched him yet. I'm going to have to look that up and watch it. Yeah, Weapons was scary. That was a really good movie. Let's see here. Ramta Sim 499 says, T, you should check out the deleted Oprah episode of the Jewish girl explaining rituals and eating infants. Her and her family and others did. I did see that. I saw that the other day on Twitter. I did see that. Very disturbing stuff. That's why I say I feel like a lot of the stuff that's going on is because a lot of these people want to be immortal. That's why they're doing this stuff, particularly the young people. Scary. A is Yenren 7257 sent 1999, says, T, I've been watching you for years. First time I'm able to catch a live. My late husband was a huge conspiracy theorist, and you are certified legit. Thank you for bringing us the truth. You are so welcome, and my condolences as well to your late husband. So thank you for the support, sis. Nun9255 sent $100. Wow, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. They said, hello, beautiful. In the Simpsons episode, the Mansion family, a man got married to a cow on international waters. I didn't see that episode. I'm going to have to look that up. Thank you so much. Yeah, certain things that happen in the ocean, in the waters, that people are able to get away with things. And there's like no real jurisdiction because nobody really owns the waterways like that. So it's all part of that maritime law because everything on land is ran by maritime law when it's all said and done. Astro Talk TV in the chat says, can you talk about Little John's son going missing and his body being found. Yeah, that was so sad. I saw that today, that they found him in the lake by his home. Because the other day he was out missing, and I had seen that he was missing. Little John was asking for people to help look. The whole thing just does not make sense to me. And didn't they say, I might be mistaken, didn't they say that he left the house naked or something like that? Or did I misread that somewhere? Like they said that he left the house and he wasn't himself. I thought I saw that somewhere on social media. But yeah, it came out today that they found his body. Unfortunately, he was in the lake by his home. Did y'all see that, or am I tripping? He was only 27. Yeah, he posted it today on Instagram. Because I remember I commented on it. It popped up and I was just like, wow. Let me see if I can find it. Oh no, my Instagram is tripping again. Let me try again. Okay, so somebody said yes, they did. So, by his apartment complex. Because I remember, I thought I saw somebody when they said he was missing, that he left the home in disarray. Okay, so Getting Lucky in Kentucky said yes, they said he was naked. Okay, so I know I wasn't tripping because I was hearing that they said that he ran out the house naked and they hadn't seen him since. And I think it was at like 2, 3 in the morning or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And then they found him in the pond by his apartment. Yeah, the whole thing is just sad. Let me see if I can pull it up here. This is Little John's page. Yeah, he posted it earlier today. Man. Let me show y'all. He has music playing, so I'm not going to play it. So he was playing, just showing pictures of his son and everything. But the other post, let me see. He says here, I'm extremely heartbroken for the tragic loss of our son, Nathan Smith. His mother, Nicole Smith, and I are devastated. Nathan was the kindest human being you'd ever meet. He was immensely caring, thoughtful, polite, passionate, and warm-hearted. He loved his family and the friends in his life to the fullest. He was an amazingly talented young man, a music producer, an artist, an engineer, and a graduate of NYU. We love Nathan with all of our hearts and are incredibly proud of him. He was loved and appreciated, and in our last times together, we're comforted in knowing that we expressed that very sentiment to him. Thank you for all the prayers and support trying to locate him over the last several days. Thank you to the entire Milton Police Department involved. And then he goes on to say about his names. So, yeah. I don't know if there's any more information since then. Looks like he posted something else. Slade, Slade released this when he graduated from college. He was so happy to express his art and do it himself. I was so proud of him for doing it all on his own. Wow. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. They just said he ran out the house. And now he's, they found his body. So it kind of reminded me of the movie Weapons. Because I'm like, what made him just get up and run out the house like that? Because that's kind of what happened in that movie. Where the kids just all got up at like 2, 3 in the morning. They heard some type of strange sound and they all left their homes. So I don't know. It's sad. All right, y'all. I've been on here for 3.5 hours. It is now past midnight. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to leave. Please hit the video with a like. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. This was a good Friday conversation. I'm glad we had a late night stream, especially for the people who work third shift, who sometimes miss my lives that I do during the day. So this was nice to just stay up with everybody. But yeah, man, y'all stay prayed up. Take care of each other. Take care of your families. It's so much going on. It really is. It's crazy out here. So I will talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Everybody have a good night.